Tim the Two-Man Taylor will be back after he speaks to his lawyers.
Oh, shit.
Tim the Two-Man Taylor has been fired from his job.
I was just going to say, yeah. When did that show go off the air?
Oh, God.
Back in, it might have just been 2000 or something like that. I was still a little kid.
That's how I got my name, is my parents loved the show Home Improvement.
Stop.
And they wanted to keep all of their kids having one-syllable, nicknames. So, my brother's Matthew, but it's Matt.
Uh-huh.
My one brother is Daniel, Dan. And then I was Timothy, but Tim. All can be shortened to one syllable.
And were you the only one pulled from a mainstream franchise?
No, my brother Dan is named after Daniel, the song from Elton John.
The only name that I know from Elton John is Benny and the Jets.
Oh, he looks like Daniel. That song?
Kyle doesn't know that song.
Kyle's uncultured.
Whoa, easy, motherfucker.
You uncultured swine.
Let's not start this off like that.
Ugh.
You're a beautiful man, though. Look at me, checking my mics out, making sure everything's kind of going.
Look like you are in that position a lot right there, huh?
I don't know what position you're talking about. Sorry. More foam came in. I get to start putting the foam down.
Oh, you got multicolored foam, too.
Yeah, I got the lime green, I got the black, which...
A little brown there, too.
So I got really... No, it's actually... that's charcoal gray and maroon. So that's an example of I let the wife choose the first batch. I chose the second batch.
Yeah. Charcoal isn't really a color. It's brown.
It at one point was black or brown, and then one of them got mixed into the other one. But no, so I was doing this.
2018. People be doing that.
Whoa! We're not starting off like that, mother shit. No, so I was doing the square footage for them, trying to figure out how much that I needed.
Yeah.
And I did this corner, the roof, back behind me, that wall, and then that main wall right there. And I got a really big number, and I was like, not gonna be able to afford that much foam. So I watched a video on it, and they're like, yeah, you only really need to cover the top. You can leave 3 feet blank on the bottom.
Yep, because sound waves aren't gonna travel down
at level, and then you can leave it a foot bare at the ceiling.
Yeah.
So anywhere that you're standing, and then you only really need to cover they said 40 to 50% of it.
Yeah, I'd imagine.
So that should take care of everything. And then after I put some of the posters up on that wall, the south wall, I'll put some of these foam pads there.
Yeah.
But I'll put some of the posters up, and then all I got left to do is I got to get a cover for this. So that way we can switch from using the folding table to over there, give more space, and then it'll kind of give a little more professional presentation. Mm-hmm. And then I need better mics and a better camera and a better system. Oh my God, I got good news for you. Hold on.
And better guests other than me.
I have good guests coming in. Tomorrow we got a guy that I know. His name is Izzy. He is a world-ranked mixed martial arts
fighter.
fighter.
I met him. We played football together at the time. He's a really good athlete, just natural athlete.
Oh, yeah. That, and he's also from a culture where it's athlete or fucking die.
Yeah. Just naturally athletic dude.
Yeah, and he's super, super, super humble, too.
Yeah. Very nice, too. Very nice.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. No, I was saying, gotta get better guests than me. God, I'm not.
Well, I've got a lot in the works, especially this coming weekend, the next weekend, and the next weekend. I'm starting to work the network, so anybody who comes on, I'm referring them to bring or ask more people to come on.
Yeah.
And
look at you with that French breath.
I'm working it a little bit, but I'm still in the processes of...
Got your cute little French breath. I love French breath. It's so fast. Just psh, 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 done.
I just I like the snobbiness of it.
And you get a little tricep pump going in there, too.
With this?
Yeah, a little tricep pump.
You can. Fuck yeah, you can.
Yeah.
By the way, the brace is on. Look at this guy. I got 4 more weeks of this shit. You guys get to hear about it every time you join.
Mr. Tony Stark, when's the rest of the suit going to be completed?
I got to get the watch that I can pull over my hand. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, by the way.
I told you got to get sound effects on that thing whenever you move.
Just attach my phone to it, those turbo things you can attach to your car. So when you hit the acceleration, you let off right in the car. Everyone's like, "Oh my God, your car's turbo!" No, it's my phone. Stupid.
1.6 liter VTEC.
Ooh, got that T-Vac.
Honda Civic.
They turboed the shit out of those.
Yeah, they did.
One of the guys who came on, he had a 1.6 turbo. Fast little fucking car.
Look, the car weighs next to nothing.
Depends on which one it is. The EG shells, that's why everybody likes them. Those are the EG hatches from the late 80s.
Yep.
Yeah. It's like I know a couple people with those shells that they just throw shit into. They hope something sticks. Sorry, I'm a little coffee. Mm-hmm. Not coffee, but coffee.
I was about to make that joke. Good thing you picked it up.
Welcome to Life on Record.
Mm-hmm. I gotta be quick with them tonight.
Still the working title because pretty soon there's some big announcements coming to the network. It's a network. Fuck, that was a spoiler. Damn it. Why can't I keep any of the eggs in the basket?
Oh my God.
Cats in the bag.
You guys were bought up by Cartoon Network. Oh my God.
That would be savage. Tim Kramer. Tim Kramer is an engineer, and he's an avid rugby player, and actually the team that he is on is going to nationals.
Right now we're just in the playoffs for our region. If we win those, then we would go to nationals, yes.
So Tim is living proof that dreams still can come true after you graduate from college. The dream is not dead.
Yes, and you can get into a sport and in 2 years be really good at it.
Have you really only been playing rugby
This
for
was
2
my
years?
second season.
Stop.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yep.
What?
It's my second season.
Get the front door out of here.
Yeah. Yep. Started the whole season this year.
I had no idea. I thought you've been playing rugby since you were like in high school or something like that.
No, never. I knew a lot of rugby players, and I played like pickup once in college. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what I'm doing, whatever.
Yeah.
And then when I graduated, I moved into the house I'm in now, and the neighbors were all on this team, and they're like, dude, you got to come out. You're huge. You'd hurt people or whatever. Like,
that's not the first time you've heard that, but usually it's not from guys.
No. And I was like, I kept saying like, maybe, whatever, whatever. I was like, I had a few concussions back in the day, not going to get any more, whatever. But eventually, I was like, yeah, I'll come out to practice. It was like,
I'm sorry, just look at this. I definitely didn't grind this enough because everybody says don't grind it too much. But god damn, look at what I did. This is from a local. This is from Canal Town. We're supporting local businesses on the show. Got like 2 more minutes, and then you can push away, sir.
Yes, yeah. I'll do the pushing as you are crippled.
I am not crippled, bitch. I am handy-capable. They give those
Handy
stickers
not
for this,
capable
right?
of doing curls at the moment.
Whoa, you act like I did curls to begin with.
God, that's true.
They just were naturally big.
Yeah.
It's from all the back shit.
Yeah, I actually don't lift, guys. I don't know who you're talking about.
Who's that? There's a guy that I know who's like that. Who I think maybe worked out like once a month, once every 2 months or something. He just had really good genes. His traps were up to his stinking ears. He wasn't obese or anything like that. He was like 5'7". He was just naturally built.
Just
like,
a thick dude.
Shoulders back. And I'm like, you sit on your computer and play video games for 8 hours a day. How the hell did your body do that?
Genetics, man.
This is why I believe in genetic imprinting. Like something that you're born with from your parents. Or their parents or their parents' parents, like natural instincts and stuff like that.
It's all like muscle insertions are completely different person to person based on genetics and length of muscle and all that. Like what saved you was your muscle insertion there. What saved you was your muscle insertion was so low down here that when it pulled up, it got caught on itself instead of shot all the way up because you don't have a short bicep.
I do have a long I always notice like, there's a lot of people when they flex the nugget.
They have a peak, it
turns into like this. Like this is what it is. For anybody who can't see, I'm holding up the apparatus on the back, and it's just this tiny like 3-inch nugget.
It moves back. There's usually like a lot of space here, but your bicep head is so long because your muscle insertion point is down here.
Oh, that's a good. I didn't know that.
So that probably saved you.
Well, he said when because I don't know if you've seen the scar on it. It's tiny, dude. Look at how small that thing is. That's so small.
Is that your penis or a scar?
It's like 1.5 inches, dude. And
so is that your penis or the scar?
It is. But he didn't even have to suture it back together. He just used the steri strips. He sutured on the inside.
Yeah, yep.
But he said when he like because I was like wow, this is really small insertion. He goes yeah, it was really easy. He goes, we literally opened you up. He goes, and it was right there.
Yeah, that's because of your insertion points are so low down towards your elbow that it couldn't move up that much.
Yeah, because I've heard horror stories about guys who've had this done.
Rolls all the way up.
And they've had to like either stick the finger up or they've had to cut another hole in the top and then stick like a rod through and push it down.
Yeah, but your muscle insertion points are really low, so your biceps are really long.
I always thought that was weird. I always wanted like the thick nugget, and I'm grateful now that I don't have the thick nugget.
Completely genetic. You cannot train that. It's completely genetics.
Well, that's why like I have really...
calves.
Like my biceps and triceps have always been the same size.
Yeah.
No matter what I did. Like calves, he says. I almost missed that one.
Yeah, calves, because the shape of your calves and the length of your calves and the thickness of your calves, a lot of that is determined by genetics. You can train calves every day of your life. You're not going to change the natural shape of your calf.
Yeah.
because that's just genetics.
Yeah. Well, it's like the same thing with like your forearms too. It's based on the size of your wrist.
Yep.
And the same thing with your hands. Like I wish I had big hands. I don't have big hands. I got tiny hands. See, you got big size hands. So like you know that Adam, right? Adam Mitchell.
Yep.
His hands are bigger than yours, and he's like 3 inches shorter than I am.
Yep.
Just huge hands, and he could palm a basketball and just hold it out there like this. And I'm like, how the hell are you doing that?
The big thing with like quarterbacks coming out of college, coming to the draft, one of the big stats they look at is hand size.
Isn't it like index finger ring finger to thumb?
Yep.
This is why I can't, like, I'm so surprised JC can throw the ball as good as he does because he's got tiny hands.
He's got tiny hands, yeah.
He's got smaller hands than I do, and I got small hands.
Yep. But yeah, that's a big stat they look at. Quarterbacks coming into the draft and the combine and whatnot is their hand size determines, it's a direct correlation from hand size to turnovers. To ball security.
Do you think it's just because, like, when it goes out the wobble and stuff like that?
Yep, and the grip they have on the ball.
Yeah.
It's like, they bring it up with short quarterbacks a lot. They're like, oh, he's short, but he's got huge hands.
Like, you're talking like Drew Brees and them.
Yeah, Drew Brees. There was a big thing with Johnny Manziel when he came out because he had, like, monster hands.
What happened to that dude?
He's signing a CFL contract, I think, like this week.
So he's a scrub.
Yeah, yep.
How does it feel?
He was talking shit to the Cleveland Browns on Twitter this week. It was so funny.
How does it feel to know that you're that big of a screw up that you were on the Cleveland Browns, couldn't make anything of yourself on the Cleveland Browns because you have a problem, and then sought help, failed again, and then came back, and Josh Gordon is now playing and you're out?
Yeah. Josh Gordon, who is smoking weed as we speak.
Who cares?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, though. He's killing it. Like, Josh Gordon is back.
The first came back, he put like 85 yards and a touchdown. I was like, what the?
And he hadn't trained at all.
No.
He's just so naturally talented.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Freak. Imagine if he actually focused.
Yeah, if he actually didn't screw up, that dude would be one of the best receivers probably all time. He's just so naturally gifted.
He's like Randy Moss good.
Naturally athletic.
It also would help if he wasn't on the Cleveland Browns. No offense to Cleveland Browns. Okay, there's offense to Cleveland Browns.
Cleveland Browns don't have fans.
When you go 0-16 and 1-15, you're not very good.
But they don't have fans, so you're not really pissing anyone off.
They have a city.
Yeah, but the city has the Cavs
right
now.
They have a whole city. Yeah, I know. Thank God there's something else there to bring them up.
They have the Cavs now.
They got LeBron James, who makes more money than the entire Cleveland Browns team.
Yeah, with his freaking lifetime contract from Nike.
True story.
How do I get me one of those?
Well, first of all, you can't do drugs and let them know you do drugs. Otherwise, they'll take it away. Yeah. So, LeBron, put that blunt down. They don't need to see that shit.
No.
It's going to interest me with sports because obviously as more of these states are making it legal.
Yeah. But still the leagues aren't making it legal. I don't foresee them.
But that's what I'm saying. If it's legal to drink, someone can vestedly argue
that it should be
legal to smoke pot.
Cyrus Quantijo, one of the offensive linemen for the Bills, he has Crohn's disease.
Yeah, he has to take it for his guts.
And he's allergic to the medication for it. And the only thing that gives him relief is weed. Mm-hmm. And, like, that's the only thing he can do.
I know a guy who's got Crohn's disease. That thing cripples him for days, but he smokes and it goes away.
Yeah, and he kept getting suspended by the league because he kept failing drug tests. He's like, what do you want me to do? He's like, I wouldn't be able to play football without it because I'd be in constant pain and I'd feel like crap all the time.
Well, they also argue that, like, CBD will have the same effect as marijuana. And it doesn't.
No.
It's very, very, very similar, but it is nowhere near the suppressant to those symptoms as marijuana is. Yeah. Yes, it is very similar, and yes, you can probably extract it, you can probably concentrate the shit out of it, but by the time you've gotten to that point, you might as well have just handed somebody medical marijuana or drops or something like that to help them, like with the people with the tremors, the people with Crohn's disease, or whatever it is.
You see that, whether you see it with a lot of different diseases nowadays where simply can be, fixed by smoking weed, but people can't be smoking weed.
You don't even have to say smoking weed. You can ingest edibles, it. You can snort it.
Anything.
You can, like, they have the sprays now, the inhalers.
The inhalers with a little bit.
That's crazy.
It's not even a big concentration of it.
It's just enough. There's those little kids that take it for their epilepsy and shit.
Yep. It's wild. I mean, in California, it's recreationally legal now, but Coachella still banned it. I was like, good luck with that.
What's Coachella?
It's a big concert out in California, really huge, one of the biggest concerts in the world out in California.
Well, I mean, no. That's a fair point because there's a lot of venues and stuff like that don't allow drinking. And a lot of venues that don't allow smoking of cigarettes.
Good luck.
Which is fine.
Good luck in California telling people that, you can't smoke weed at this
concert. California.
California.
We're going to give you the weed. California. I'm surprised he didn't make that shit legal while he was there. What happened to him out there? I haven't heard. I heard
Arnold?
Yeah, is he still?
Yeah, he's still
governor?
Yeah, he's still the governor.
What?
Yeah,
why did I think he was only in for a couple terms? Just like, yay. He's like, I'll see you in North California.
He will be back. will be back. No.
But that's what I'm saying. I mean, if they're hitting a point right now, a breaking point with a lot of these different places. Like I was talking to my brother-in-law about this because he lives in just outside of Denver with my sister, and he was bitching and moaning about it. He goes, "We're not going to make this our forever home." Yeah. He goes, "But I would like it." There's glasses over there on the wall.
Okay, yep, I'll go grab one real quick.
Sorry about that. I totally forgot. I'm a shitty host tonight.
God, Kyle.
He was saying that like it's annoying. So they actually, the place that they were living when they first got there, it was like super affordable. They had like access to an entire barn. Like it was a fully finished barn. They had an acre out back that the guy's like, if you guys want to plant anything, go right ahead and plant it. Those are your crops. Do whatever you want with them. And they had like awesome glass slat ceilings and shit like that. So like they could handle their own shit, and they were actually growing their own food and stuff. And then this was about, I think, 2 years ago or something like that. And then the giant boom happened. It ended up hitting a point where they made an offer to the guy whose place they were living. And the guy's like, I can't say no. I got to take this offer. Yeah. Are you another black coffee motherfucker?
Yes.
Dude, I hate all of you.
I like my coffee like I like my women illegally transported over the border in a burlap sack.
You, CJ. I bet Dan would have now, too.
Yeah.
Dustin. The last...
Dude, I drink
four people.
I drink crappy coffee black. Like, I don't care.
Ew, you're gross. You're like the military guys who just like drink it. Like they'll heat it up on the exhaust pipes just to have it warm.
Yep. I don't care. I literally just use it for its caffeine.
So my uncle. Like this is really good coffee though.
Yeah, it's I like in the mornings I really like having something hot to drink, and then the caffeine too. But
you're gonna get some good aromatics out of this. The only nice thing about doing it black is that you'll get all the undertones from this coffee.
Yep.
Like with the like the shitty, I don't want to say shitty, but like the name brand stuff, like the stuff you get like it just. Best part of
I
didn't want to say brand. I don't want to say a brand, but that's what I'm saying. Like they I don't feel like you get enough of the undertones and stuff like that. Yeah. You could sip it all day; it's fine. Yep. Like the better the coffee, the more the undertones. And actually, fun fact of the day: the original strand of coffee, I believe, is found in somewhere in Africa. I can't remember the exact location, but it has more of like a lemony undertone than traditional coffee. So it tastes more like a light tea than coffee.
Yep.
It's got like a slight chicory flavor. It's like chicory lemon coffee. Fun fact: if I can ever find any, I'll totally buy the shit out of that stuff.
Yeah. I usually just try to have 1 cup in the morning, and then if I'm really, really hurting for some in the afternoon, I'll just have tea.
I have 2 of these before I leave for work, and then I have a giant thermos I take, and then I'll have another cup when I get home.
Yeah. If I haven't had my coffee yet, don't even look in my direction. I will mess you up.
This reminds me of a meme.
Like, I will fuck you up.
Did I show you that meme?
I don't know.
I'll show it to you right now. And I'm sorry, I keep trying to tell everybody that I don't want to like be on my phone during these shows and stuff like that.
But memes are.
But there's going to be some point where I'll have somebody sitting here on a laptop, and like when I'm streaming, they'll be communicating with the people. Yeah. And then if we have a question or something like that, they'll be popping it up.
Yeah, they do it on like Joe Rogan. They have that on Steven Crowder, all that stuff. They got someone in the back. They do that on Barstool. They always got someone with a laptop up looking up stuff.
Yeah. You always been. Nothing. I need to figure out. Okay, can you stop talking and hear that feedback? How the hell do I get rid of this feedback?
I mean that could be picking up anything.
Because I've been having that. That's one of the reasons I'm getting the sound channels and stuff like that.
Your lights, it could be equipment within the wall.
I wonder if it's just because like I have the sensitivity so high on these, or maybe it's because these are just bad mics. Here, the
mics can hear you.
This is for you. Read it out loud.
You know I can't read it. All right, let's see.
It comes up.
I'm nothing without my coffee in the morning. Get smacked. The coffee gets smacked out of the person's hand. You've always been nothing.
It's probably one of the greatest.
Do you need help?
No, I'm putting it up there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just love it. Like it's. I'm nothing in the morning without my coffee.
Smack. You've always been nothing. You've always been nothing.
So mad.
Something dark side. Something empire. Something power. Something complete.
You gotta love Family Guy.
Oh my god. I haven't watched it in a while. I really need to get back into it.
I usually binge watch after the season's out on Netflix. Yeah. I just don't have the time on Sundays to sit down and do it.
I don't have time. Period. Like this is my first free night, and like my only free night for a while.
Why?
Work is picking up a lot, and then Rugby, we have a lot of meetings because we are like coming down to like our end of the year meetings, and we have to start practice again soon to get ready for the playoffs.
I guess I practice indoor or outdoor.
Indoor for now, and then
where's the facility?
We're looking around right now. We got a couple places in mind. I forgot we went to one up in Irondequoit last year, and they only charged like $5. It was like really nice. But they made us go like 11 at night.
Yeah, that's like the adult flag leagues. Like you might start your game at 11 or 10 or something like that. And
we
it
didn't
goes
get
for
enough
like 45 minutes
because it's like I'm in bed by like 10 o'clock on a work night.
That's what I'm saying.
We with what we're doing to start, at least, so we can just do it in like a high school gym, and we have a few teachers on our team, so we might be able to get access to like those gyms at like 6:30.
That's really good.
Or like 7.
That would be super convenient.
So yeah, then we'd get a lot better numbers because it'd be earlier in the night, and
then it wouldn't be so goddamn cold out.
Yeah, we're not going to be doing any actual like contact for a while.
You're going to be practicing like the drills and the system and trying to get everything under control and getting yourself back into it.
Yeah.
That passing is a monster,
Conditioning is going to be big because our like big focus this year, which took us from a 4-4 team to an 8-0 team, was playing at pace.
What do you mean playing at pace?
So last year when I first started, we played kind of slow. We were good at keeping possession of the ball, but we just kind of played slow. And then we took too long to make decisions when in open field. This year, we play at a sprinting pace.
Huh, that's super. You'd feel like you would get really tired playing at a sprinting pace for the whole game.
Well, that's why you practice and you sprint the whole time. So now, like, I mean, other than when we have to break for penalties and scrums and lineouts and whatnot, when we're on offense, we play full sprint, and then you get hit, you ruck it. Our scrum half will get there. He gets the ball out in 2 seconds. He counts 1, 2, and he picks the best option he has available. Get it out, full sprint, passing the ball out quick. Skip passes that try to get out to our wings because our wings are faster than anyone else in our division, and they just run on people.
Okay, so we're actually going to do a breakdown because I played rugby for a little bit. I'm really familiar with the sport, but I know that a lot of people are not. Yeah. So as comparative to football, I claim that rugby is a better sport.
Oh, rugby is far superior. I played football when I was younger for a little bit, and I've watched football my whole life, but rugby is so much better. It's just constant action. You don't have that, do a play, stop, reset. It's a minute until you're doing anything else.
Well, one of the other nice things too is that there's no pads, which means
it's a lot safer.
You are not going to smash into somebody at full speed because you know you're going to get hurt just as bad as they are.
You don't have pads or a helmet. You can't lead with any of that stuff. Mm-mm. And in rugby, you can't just deck someone at full speed and hit them. You have to wrap and control the tackle, or you get carded.
Yeah,
so
that's how it works.
You have to come up. You have to attempt to wrap. If you bring them down and control them all the way down, if I just shove someone down, if it's going full speed and I shove someone, I'm going to get carded. Mm-hmm. But if I just come up and I miss a wrap and just hit a guy down, he can get up and keep going.
Yeah.
And even if someone wraps you and you get down, if they let go and you're on the ground, you can keep moving while you're on the ground forward until they fully control the tackle. So
which is why you'll see guys get taken down and they'll crawl into the end zone and they'll get the try.
Yeah, because if they don't control you to the ground, you can keep moving.
That's kind of how we should have done it in football while we were playing.
Yeah, so
it would have been nice to get a tutorial on that shit.
Everyone I think has this viewpoint that rugby is really violent and
hell no,
everyone gets hurt, but it's so much safer because if you are out there and you're going full speed trying to deck someone with your shoulder, you're probably going to get hurt worse than they are.
Yeah, because I was trying to teach JC for a little bit how to do it because he was kind of interested in it, and it was one of these, I can take him out of full speed. No, you can't. You can't. There's a system to it, and you will get carded, and you will get kicked off the field rather quickly.
It's better to tackle a better form, too. It's better to get low and drive someone back.
Oh, yeah, because then you're going to keep moving, too. You're not going to lose any of your pressure.
Because their offense will already be ahead of that person by the time, or even with that person. If you tackle them backwards, they have to move backwards and get behind the play.
They got to double back just to get behind them for the.
And your defense is moving forward, and then your defenders are coming into ruck forward before the other guys can get back, and then they have to come all the way around and come in from the back of the ruck, where your guys can just come straight in.
Okay, so the positions in rugby, for those who don't know them, start with the
props, 1 and 3.
Okay, so what is a prop?
A prop is your big, strong guys, but usually a little shorter. So, the props in our team are 5'10" to 6 foot.
And what does a prop do?
They're in the front of so the forwards are all numbered based on your scrum.
Okay.
So the scrum is a breakdown whenever there's a penalty for a knock-on, where if you try to go catch the ball and you knock it forward, that's a penalty.
Okay.
If you pass the ball forward, that's also would dictate a scrum. And then
so a scrum is essentially you are fighting.
8-on-8.
It's an 8-on-8
Big boys.
hurl of men, and you are
Big
trying
boys.
to push over the ball to get it free for your side.
Or you're trying to move the ball back with the hooker. There's the position in the middle, in the front is a hooker. And they're called that because the ball's put in and they try to hook it back with their legs.
Yes, they're trying to kick it out of the middle.
Yep.
So you're either
Back
trying
through.
to move
Trying
the
to move the
pile
defense,
over,
or
or you're
side
trying to
off,
pull
yes.
the ball out the best way.
Yep.
In order to do that, you need your hooker to be
hook.
steady and
Yep.
still, and then pulling the ball out through
Yep.
the back.
Or
so it
if
can
you're
be
our
thrown to
team,
you.
you just are so much bigger and stronger than us, you just push them right off. Our pack, I'd say on average, was like 400 pounds heavier than any other one.
Shit, that's
We were so
huge.
big. We were so big this year.
Okay, so when you're referring to the players in the scrum, you
Yep.
have the hooker who's in the
In
front,
the front middle, and then
you
the
have the
people on the sides of him are the two props.
And the two props, the essential purpose of the props is A, to stop the pile from moving any further back, but
Yep.
B, also hold the hooker so that
Yep.
way he can get a grab on the ball.
They want to support the hooker, so the hooker doesn't have a lot of stress up on his neck, and they want to keep him steady. So all he has to focus on is hooking the ball backwards, and they make the contact with the front row of the other side.
Okay, and for those who have never seen a scrum, essentially what's happening is the front row of guys is going neck to neck.
Neck to neck, bending at the knees and the hips, getting as low as they possibly can.
So you're literally pushing into each other, locked in, kind of
Yep.
like when you take your knuckles and you push your fingers down and
Yep.
grind your knuckles together. You get this sort of thing right here. This
Yep.
is kind of what they're doing.
But the props, so it used to be a lot more dangerous because you used to start separated and then bash in. Now you start in contact,
I
in
can't
position.
imagine they would ever do that.
They used to do
That's
that in like the 90s and early
insane.
2000s.
Oh,
They used to start like a few, like me to you distance away from each other.
get the
in
front door
position
out of
there,
here.
And then, boom, come in. And they had so many injuries, and then someone's like, why don't we start already, like, wrapped together, like, already in position?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
That's what they do now. And so that's the front row. It's
Yep.
called.
So you got the hooker in the middle and your two props.
Yep. Then I play in the second row. It's
Okay.
also called lock.
Okay.
So what our job is we get right in between the ass of the hooker and the prop. We stick our shoulders right on their butt, and they sit right down on our shoulders.
Yep.
So we have to be lower than them. And you start out, and you kick your legs back, and you set the length of the scrum with your legs, and you lock it into place. So you're the ones who don't let that shit move.
So if
drive.
it's ever coming back to you, you are
You
pushing
lock.
as hard as you fucking
But
can to
you
keep that thing going
you
forward.
lock your knees, and you stick your toes into the ground, and you lock.
Okay. Is that dangerous for your knees?
Well, you keep a slight bend. You don't fully lock, because that you could definitely screw yourself up.
That's what I'm saying.
You keep a slight bend, but
Yeah.
you lock it out, and you set the length of it too, which is why having taller locks is a little better. Because now you can set the length, which means any defenders coming around the side once the ball's out have to travel a farther distance.
Yeah. That makes sense. So you got your three in the front, and then how many are
two.
behind them?
So two in the second row, which is what I play. It's called
Just two. Whoa.
second row,
Okay.
or we're called locks as well.
And are you
And then
so
on
when you guys hook up, are you guys you're right between
Cheek
the
to
prop?
cheek.
Okay, yeah.
Cheek to
so
their
you're
butt
between
cheek.
the prop and the hooker, and then
Yep.
there's a guy next to you between the prop and the hooker.
and
I'm
hooker.
assuming he's
Yep.
as tall as you are, right?
On my team, we have myself. We have two other guys, Daquan and Mike, who are both like 6'3", 6'4".
So it's good to have the same size guys
Yeah,
too.
the
Otherwise,
same size guys,
the
or you're gonna
scrum
wheel
might
it.
collapse
Yeah.
to one side.
Yeah, you might wheel it a little bit. So I'm like an inch taller than both of them, but that's not enough of a difference really to do anything. So
If you and I scrummed up, that'd be a significant difference.
yeah, yep. So you want your props generally around the same height.
Okay.
Your hooker can be varying size because he's
as
just
long as he
supported
can get
between.
in there and
yeah.
get the leg out and stuff like that.
Your lock you generally want along about the same size. Then on our outside hips, we have flankers.
Okay.
And they cover the flanks
Yep.
of the scrum. So on defense, they have to be looking up to see which side the ball goes out because they need to split off and cover right next to the scrum in case they just do a little pop out.
So are they pushing as well on the
Yeah,
scrum?
they're pushing as well.
Okay.
And like on offense, they're locking out, and on defense, they're pushing. But they also have to keep their eyes looking because if that ball comes out, they need to quick get out and get on defense.
Okay.
And then behind them and behind us is the 8-man. And he's the 8th person in the back. He controls it. He tells you when to push, when to stay. We try to get the ball back to him, and then he can keep it in with his foot. As long as it's maintained inside of the scrum, we can keep pushing and moving the ball down the field, and the defense can't do anything.
Oh, that's so...
They can't pile anyone else on.
Yeah.
The defense can't come past the scrum or their offsides. So if you can keep that ball back on his foot and we can keep pushing forward, you can move all the way down the field.
No shit.
So we've There was one game where we moved 30 yards down the field.
Holy shit.
In one scrum because he just kept it back in his foot.
God.
And we were so much bigger and so much lower.
That had to have been so tiring.
Not really, because once you get moving, it's like I don't know if you've ever done strongman competitions where you have to pull like a truck or like a fire truck or something like that.
I've pulled and pushed my car before.
Yeah, so once you get it rolling,
yeah, that makes sense.
It's
yeah,
easy.
I guess
The initial, once you're trying to, when you're trying to break the friction on the ground, the static friction, it's a lot of the same as you have that initial push, but once you get them moving backwards, there's nothing they're on for the ride.
They're just trying not to fall over.
Well, and usually the way it gets brought down is they fall over.
They collapse.
They collapse, which is that's dangerous. It's very dangerous because we're going right over top of them, and we're landing. We had one we played against in our last game. A guy separated his shoulder because he got caught under everyone. His arm got pinned, popped right out.
Oh God, that'll teach him to do that.
4,000 pounds falling on his shoulder. Yeah. So ours.
So what are the situations that call for a? How does the game start?
Game starts with a normal kickoff, kind of like football.
Yep.
Ball has to travel 10 yards, and then it's anyone's ball if it doesn't travel 10 yards or you touch it before it travels 10 yards.
And normally you're going to try and bomb that bitch down the field. Yeah. Get that
I
thing
guess
out.
And no. Our team tries to keep it short because we have guys like me who can run up and jump in and get it.
Oh, that's convenient. So you can kind of onside kick it right at the beginning.
So, and it doesn't have to touch the ground either.
No, that's right.
So
You're right. It doesn't.
10 yards in the air. So it can be exactly 10 yards.
It's like when you do a throw-in. Same thing.
Still in the air. I can jump and get it. And I'm 6'5", and I can jump. So.
Yeah. Okay. So the game starts. There's a kickoff. You guys try to recover, something like that.
Yep.
At what points does the ball turn over? How do you turn over the ball in rugby?
So the first situation is you catch the ball. You're running forward. You get tackled.
Okay.
You go to the ground. Then it forms a ruck. The defense and the offense both come with players. You have to come straight in, and you're trying to win possession over the ball.
Yep.
So the offense is trying to push the defense off. You need to have...
Now, ruck is different than the scrum.
Yeah, ruck is at every tackle.
Okay, so the ruck is actually... It's the thing where the guy goes down, and he kind of hovers around the ball, and then you have a guy kind of sitting there waiting.
Ball. You have to present the ball immediately.
Yeah.
And then the offense is trying to push the defense off, and then they have to set with
That's
their
where
feet.
the guy is standing over him trying to push the guy back.
Yep. The guy is set, and you have to have the player in between you, and you have to try to keep the ball in between. So you can have like one person over the player, another person over the ball.
Yep.
But everything has to be secured because if there's a gap, then it's not one, and the defense can try to win it still. But once you have it secured in one, the defense can only try to push from the other end, but they can't come in any other way. They can't try to get hands in there to poach the ball, nothing.
So after you've successfully fought off the defense,
but that's the
then
way
you have the time to take it, set up,
and then get the ball out.
Launch the ball out to your wings.
So then the whole rest of your team set up, strong side, weak side, whatever you want, and you can set up and you pass it off, and that's where a lot of like plays come right out of rucks. But that's the way to turn over the ball is if you're on the defense, you can get in there, push the offense off, and then poach that ball and take it.
How do you determine who's going after? So let's say I go down. Okay?
Yeah, you go down, you're on offense.
And the guy who tackled me, is he automatically the guy fighting for the ball?
No. So when you tackle someone, if you want to be part of the ruck, you have to get out of the tackle, come back around, and enter from the back.
If you're the one tackled.
If you're the one tackling.
No. I'm referring.
If you're one of the tackling. If you're the tackling player.
Okay. So it doesn't matter who it is. It could be whoever it wants to be entering the ruck.
Yeah.
But it's usually the person who's closest.
Well, yeah. So usually you're tackled, and then there's a defender on the ground with you, and then the offensive and defensive players come in over you to try to fight for it.
And then the defensive guy kind of slides out.
The only time you ever see the tackler winning those is if it's a one-on-one in the middle of the field and there's no one around. The tackler will tackle them, get immediately up, and then they're behind them, and then they can try to poach because there's no one there.
So they got there before somebody mounted for the ruck.
The big thing in rugby, that you do not want to run alone. You want to run with support because if that happens, if you go in and you're tackled and your offense isn't there to ruck, it's very easy for them to take the ball.
Because if you're on the ground, you can't do anything. You got to lay there.
You have to prevent the ball.
Yeah.
You can't hold on to it. You have to present the ball, and you can have your hands around it, but you can't be like grabbing the ball.
Yeah, and then that defensive guy's just going to come over, scoop the ball, and go.
Scoop it and go.
Okay, and then that's actually really interesting.
Yeah. So
I'm really turned on by that. How's the coffee?
Maybe Kyle should come out and play again.
How's the coffee?
It's actually really good. It is. It tastes surprisingly like tea.
All right? Am I right? Shit, yeah.
It's weird, yeah.
Okay,
like
so how do we move the ball down the field?
So you can move the ball down the field in various ways, just by simply running it.
Yep.
You can truck through people like me.
So you're carrying the ball.
Carrying the ball.
You're running through motherfuckers.
Like that's what I do.
Like Vic 6'5" Tim.
My thing is I don't want to be tackled by less than like 2 people. Like there needs to be a third in there because then I'm making a solid advantage for my defense or my offense. So you can run it. Just carry the ball, and everyone carries the ball, and everyone runs. It's not like football where you just have running backs or wide receivers or quarterbacks carrying the ball. Everyone has the ball. And then you can pass the ball laterally or behind you with your hands.
Yep. So make sure you're making sure the ball
forward.
does not break the forward plane.
Yep.
If the ball breaks the forward plane, what happens?
It's a penalty. Scrum.
And then that goes right to a scrum. Okay,
Yes.
so that's one of the ways to get a scrum. So if you're doing a forward pass.
Yep.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty I'm almost 100% certain you are allowed to drop the ball when you're running and kick the ball forward.
Yes, you can do a drop kick or you can do a punt, but those are 2 different situations.
Because it has to hit your leg before it hits the ground.
Yep. Well, you can drop kick it off the ground.
Oh,
and the advantage of that is when you drop kick it, your team can run ahead of you to go get it. Like they have to start behind you, but they can run ahead of you to go get it. If you punt it, you have to be the first one down the field.
Oh, shit.
Yep.
So when I was in college, there was a guy who used to drop the ball, like he'd be running with it.
Yeah, and drop it and kick it.
He would just drop the ball down his body.
Yep.
Casually, like it would just tap his leg.
Tap, yeah.
It wouldn't even. They would just tap his leg
And get it over the defender and run onto it.
It would roll through their legs.
Oh, yeah,
And he
you
would
can do that.
Scoop it up on the other side and keep going.
So
with
yeah,
it.
you can do that with yourself. If you're running forward, you can tap it over or under defenders with your legs and go on and get it yourself.
Yeah.
If you drop kick it, though, you can have your teammates, like your faster teammates, run on and get it. If you punt it, though, you have to be the
What's the difference
first.
between a drop kick and a punt?
Drop kick is the ball has to hit the ground first and then your foot.
So it
Punt is just
would
punt it.
behoove you to slam the ball as quick as you can to the ground.
You
and
do a
then
little drop and you
smash
want to
it.
position the ball so it'll bounce up just enough so
Yeah.
you can get under it and kick it how you want. You can do like a full drop kick or you can do a little squib kick on the ground and hope it bounces up, which
Yeah,
we
the
do a
squib
lot.
kicks. Okay, that's what I was thinking about.
Because the ball's unpredictable, so it's hard for the defense to judge
The ball
it.
is way more predictable than any other ball, other than like a soccer ball or something.
Yeah.
But like, because it's so nicely balanced too.
Yeah, but when you do those squib kicks, I mean, any little rut in the ground will cause it to bump. So the defense, it's hard for them to judge that. And if you time it right and you get it to pop up just right, I mean, your offensive guy will catch it.
And
the
at any
defense will
point
be
in time when
flat-footed.
the defender can grab the ball.
Oh yeah, the defenders can always grab it, but it's hard for them because the ball's spittling along the ground, so they bend over to go get it. And like in baseball, that ball can just pop up,
Yeah.
and it's over their head. And then now my winger has it picked up, and he's clear all the way down. He's
And it's the
faster
same
than
thing.
you.
If I'm passing the ball back to my right or my left, they can effectively come right through and grab the
Oh,
ball,
yeah,
right?
yeah. Yep, if you
How often does that
telegraph-
happen?
A decent amount, because if you're out there telegraphing your passes, and I'm on defense.
Which is why a lot of times you train to look forward.
Yeah, as long as it's not immediately off of like a ruck, I can be in your backfield while you're passing the ball. Like I don't have to be behind the frontmost guy on your team. So if you have the ball, I can, and you're out running open space, I can be behind you. You go to pass it behind you, I'm there, pick it and go.
Now, is there anything about like stealing the ball from someone else's arms?
Like you can steal it if someone's running through.
If I'm running through and you reach behind, like you come up from behind me and you go. Bleh!
You just can't knock the ball forward out of their hands because then it's an intentional knock by the defender.
Oh, it smells so good, dude. Holy shit.
If I'm the defender and I intentionally knock the ball,
I'm gonna do a line of this coffee. I'm sorry.
why don't you do that and tell me how it works out? If I'm the defender and I intentionally knock the ball and it goes forward like for me,
It's so good.
then it's a knock on by me and a scrum.
I could probably have afforded to grind these coffee grounds just a hair more.
Yeah, tastes nice.
Yeah, it's nice and mellow. I told you
It does taste surprisingly like tea though, and if like when you drink it, it feels more like tea.
Yeah, I told you I'd bring the coffee.
Yeah, it's nice. I like it. But so yeah, you can. If I'm on defense and I'm coming to tackle you, if I intentionally knock that ball forward and I intentionally like knock it on to try to like knock it away from you or something, I don't go for possession and try to catch it. It's a penalty.
Why?
It's one of the penalties, intentionally knocking the ball on.
Okay.
It's a penalty. So if you pass it through, if you're trying to do like a long pass, I can't just go and swat that ball down. I have to try to catch it at least. I at least have to try to catch it, and it has to be obvious I'm trying to catch it.
So it makes the defense's job just a hair more hard.
Yeah. So I can't just reach out and
asshole
smack.
it. You have to be
Because it's a penalty.
Yeah.
So
That's a very interesting thing to add because otherwise I feel like you'd have a lot of just swatting of the ball.
Like, think of like when a DB or a corner is covering a receiver and they go to smack the ball out. We can't do that.
Huh.
you have to try to catch the ball, or it's a penalty.
Interesting. That's very interesting.
Yep. So that's another way. So the defense can be in the backfield, whatever. Defense makes tackles. Defense can intercept the ball at any time. Mm-hmm. So you, on offense, always have to know where your players are and watch the defense and whatnot.
Okay, so what are the other circumstances that would lead to a scrum?
Let's see. There are certain penalties. I can't think off the top of my head, but there are certain penalties where you get to choose what you want, and one of the options is a scrum.
Okay.
So like on a kickoff, the ball doesn't travel 10 yards, or they touch it before 10 yards, you can choose to have them re-kick it, or you can choose to have a scrum in the middle of the field on the 50. Our team always chooses the later option.
It's called ladder.
Whatever. I'm not an English. I'm an engineer.
You're an engineer. You don't know how to say ladder, not later.
I need to know how to read or write. I need to know how to do math.
I was going to say yes. We're going to get to that. We're going to get to your engineering. Yep. So the ball goes out the left or the right side of the field. What happens?
It goes out of bounds.
Yeah, or I go out of bounds with it or something like that.
Okay, so if I'm on offense and I either run out of bounds with the ball, or I pass it and it goes out of bounds because someone like misses it or whatever, or I punt it and it goes out of bounds, I kick it and it goes out of bounds. It's a line out. It's the other team's line out. So it's like a throw-in in soccer, but you're throwing it up in the air to people who are being lifted. Mm-hmm. So it'll go out. If I'm on offense and I send it out of bounds, then it's the other team's throw. And you line up usually with 6 people, but when it gets close, it's called within the 22. When it gets like in the red zone,
yeah,
so you can put more. People usually put like 8 in those situations.
Whoa, that's a lot of people.
Yeah, so you'll have you are lifting someone who starts just kind of behind you, and you have 5 people on the line, and they can run it at any point, and then the 2 people, or if you're strong enough, 1 person like me. And you lift that person up, and then they try to throw it to that person. Now the defense does the same. They wait. They try to see where the ball's going, and they lift to try to knock it back towards their team.
Yeah.
That's a time when you can intentionally just knock the ball, but it has to go backwards.
Yep. Okay, that makes sense.
So you have the line out come in. You have the 2 sides up. There's a gap in the middle, so you start, and it's like an arm's length away from the other team. Ball comes down the middle. If it doesn't travel straight down the middle, it's a penalty, and the other team's line out. So you gotta throw it straight.
Gotta throw that bitch straight,
and
man.
You throw it up, and you try to lift your guys to. Your offense is trying to either have the guy catch it and drop it down, or knock it back to you. Defense trying to catch it, drop it down, knock it back, and you can lift anywhere along there. You can do trick plays. Our team does a few trick plays off of it. I'm not going to mention them because some of my opponents may be listening and watching,
especially when you share
YouTube
it.
land.
Yeah.
But you can do plays off of that, and that's also a good way where on that, if it's your throw, you have your entire line set up.
Yeah.
So once that ball gets out, you have plays set up right off of that.
Oh yeah, for sure. Okay.
So that's an important one. And our team, because it's like me and other guys who are my height lifting a kid who's 6'2" with a 6'6" wingspan.
Oh Jesus.
We usually win those.
How light is this guy?
200 pounds.
Oh, he's not light at all, but he's just a big guy, and you guys are confident enough to throw him up in the air.
Yeah, and we're all big, strong boys who can throw him up there. So
yeah, big, strong man.
Big guy, strong man.
I love it. Yep. All right, and points in this game are done
very similar to football. So it's similar to a touchdown. We have an end zone, but instead of just running it in there, you have to physically touch the ball down within that zone. It's called the try zone, and our touchdowns are called tries.
Yep. And how many points are that?
5.
Okay.
So you physically have to touch the ball down within that try zone, or like on the goal line, like in football when they break the plane.
Yep.
If you get it down on that line, it's good. Or the posts and rugby are in the front of the try zone, not the back.
Yeah.
If you touch it down on the post, that counts too.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
But the one ref took one of my tries away from me, even though I did that this season.
That dick.
I busted through a few people, reached out and slammed it on the post, and then got up and my team was celebrating, and he said that, not held, like he said I lost it. And like I slammed it on the post, got it to the ground, and then let go of it. Got up. And he said, oh no, you didn't control it.
That's bullshit.
So that was one try I didn't get, but we were dominating that game anyways. It didn't matter.
Okay, so after you score a try, what happens?
So depending on where you score it within the try zone, you kick to get points, 2 points.
So if you're on let's say you're 5 feet in from the left edge, you kick the ball out how far?
Directly out. I don't kick. I think it's like 30 yard.
So if you're 5 yards from the edge, the left edge,
you kick it straight,
5 yards
straight
out
back
from the left edge on the 30-yard line.
Straight back from that point.
I like that aspect. That's one of my favorite things.
So if you run it in the corner, it's harder for you to get that extra 2-point kick.
Yeah, because now you got to hook it or you got to try and get it through the narrow slats.
Yep. If you score in between the posts in the middle, it's straight out from the middle. So
that's why I want to get to the middle.
Yeah. So when you get into the try zone, you can run it to the middle and touch it down. There's where you touch it down, not where you enter the try zone.
Yeah. And is there any other way to earn points?
You can on penalties. It's if you're close enough and you have the option, you can kick for 3 points.
And how do you go about a penalty for that?
It's a T. There's certain. I don't kick for my team, so I don't.
So you can't just free kick. It has to be a try and then a result in a kick.
Yeah.
And then usually the person who scores the try is the one who kicks, right?
No.
Why did I think that's how it was? I thought it was
sevens. In sevens is what they do.
That's sevens. Okay. I'm very
in sevens, the person who scores it kicks it.
Yeah, I love me some sevens, bitch.
And 15s, which is what I play, we have someone who kicks on our team.
So how many guys are in the scrum on sevens?
Sevens, it's only 3.
So it ends up being
just a front row.
The 2 props and the hooker.
Yep.
And then for the ruck, it's just the guy down and then the...
Usually only like 1 or 2 people get there in sevens. Instead of in 15s, you can have rucks of 3 or 4 aside if people are fighting.
Sevens. I'm so happy they put sevens in
the Olympics. Yes.
Oh my God, that made me so happy.
I'm not good at sevens, but I like it.
Why aren't you good at sevens?
Because I'm not fast enough.
Well, I mean, in that case, you would end up being a prop probably, right?
I would be a prop in sevens, or I'd be a wing forward in sevens.
So what's the difference in the wings?
So the wing forwards are your flankers. There are wings, which are your 2 outside edge players, and there are wing forwards, which are your flankers. Just a different name for them. So they are usually smaller, faster, or long and fast.
I was gonna say because when I played, I was a wing. I was an edge wing.
Yeah, wing forward or hooker. Flanker length is pretty important too because you're playing the defense right on the side of those scrums there. So if you can get out and you have a big wingspan, you can shut down the section right off the scrum, which a lot of people will bang the ball right after the scrum to 2 guys coming in like right off of it.
Yeah.
So if you can get out and you have a wingspan and you can cover that, they automatically have to get it out to the back line.
That's a really dirty thing to do.
Yeah. So my coach eventually wants me to move from lock to wing forward because I'm so long. Got a long ass wingspan.
Isn't that gonna affect the scrum itself?
I'll still be pushing. I won't be on the lock. I'll be on the flanker, so I'll be pushing from like the outside instead of right in the middle. So
also gives you a little bit less stress on your body too.
Yeah, but it also makes me have to be lighter and faster.
Is that why you've been dieting so much?
Yeah. So I started out my first season, which was a year ago this summer. I was like 305, and then
you big bastard.
I know. And then that season I got down to like 270, 280, and then in winter and stuff I didn't really do anything, and we didn't really have an off season this year because our team sucked. So we didn't have any playoffs, and we didn't have any money, so we only went to 1 tournament.
Yeah.
And we didn't practice as much either. We were kind of in a big turnover, phase and whatnot, so I wasn't as active, and I got back up to 303.
What caused all the turnovers on your team?
So we had a lot of old guys that retired and left because they were old.
Oh, that sucks.
They get hurt. We had a few people move. We had like a couple guys on our team move, and then our team has an e-board of 6 positions. 2 people moved and 1 person dropped out.
Yeah.
So all the work was left to 3 people. I volunteered to help out in that, but there's a bunch of turnover. We had a coach who ended up moving with his family, so we didn't have a coach in the off season until we got a new one. Who I love our new coach. He's awesome, and he's going to be with us for a long time.
How did you guys go about finding more players and finding a coach and stuff like that? Because
so
this is a club.
Yes,
technically,
it's a club. It's a
but
men's
this is
club.
a national club.
Now they have the MLR that they're starting up in April. They actually are having a major league rugby division.
That's cool.
Over most of them are West Coast areas.
It's like the equivalent of like arena football, right?
Or like MLS. But not nearly as many fans and not nearly as much funding, but that's like the level of it.
Yeah.
So they have that in like the West Coast and like Colorado and stuff.
What is
now.
MLS?
Major League Soccer.
Major League Soccer, okay.
Yeah. So they have Major League Rugby coming up. So that will now be the highest level of rugby in the U.S. But before that, this is
but that would be the equivalent of like professional football.
Yes.
So you would get paid to play.
In MLR, I don't know if they get paid.
Because I was going to say, you're still technically a club sport at that point if you're not getting paid.
I pay to play.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You pay to be involved.
Because
there's soccer teams that do that. There's baseball teams that do that. There's football clubs that do that.
The MLR guys might be getting paid a little bit, but not much.
Getting paid is better than not getting paid.
Yeah. I pay to play rugby because we have to pay our SIP fees with USA Rugby. That's our registration, our insurance, whatnot.
Got your
and then we have
dues.
team dues, which pay for our field, the referees, because we have to pay the refs every home game. They pay for So the cool thing about rugby is after every game, if you're home or away, the home team hosts a social after where the players from both teams go meet up at like a bar or restaurant.
Oh, that's cool.
And you eat food together and you drink together. The home team hosts it and they pay for everything.
Oh, that's got to be expensive.
Yeah. So our main sponsor is Brickwood downtown.
Oh, there you go. That's convenient.
We have all our socials there and they give us a deal on beer and food. And now, coming up this season, I am proud to announce that Miller Lite will be our new beer sponsor. So at our socials, they will be providing beer for us.
That's legit. I used to merchandise. Well, not necessarily. I did merch, but I also did like the whole like, "Hi, I'm Kyle. Do you want to try Miller Lite?" What's that? What the hell's that shit called?
Door-to-door sales.
No. Like you go to a bar and they do it with a lot of bitches.
I know what you're talking about. Promoter.
Yeah. We're a product promoter. No.
Yeah,
You're just handing me free beer. Shut your mouth.
You're being paid $10.
Do you want a T-shirt to go with your free beer? Can I get a photo with it to prove I'm not stealing these?
Yeah. Yep.
That's what I did.
Our Instagram page.
I was doing that. I was making $20 an hour doing it.
But yeah, so we were sponsored by Bud Light up until a couple years ago, and then they just stopped paying us. Bud Light's inferior. They stopped paying us. They were like, and then we tried to contact them, and then finally we got in contact with them.
I'm surprised you didn't like contact any of the local breweries or something.
Well, we do. So we I wasn't on e-board until this year. I was just volunteering this year, and the previous administration had been, guys left and whatnot. A lot of things didn't get done because there just was too few people to do it. But now we have some more help, so we've been going around. We're getting more sponsors now, so it's not finalized yet, but we're partnering with one local brewery, and then Miller Lite is providing us with beer for our socials, and we have to advertise stuff on like our jerseys and posters.
That's
and
the best way to do it, man. Sponsorship, baby. If you can get everything sponsored, I'm surprised you haven't reached out to like any of the automotive dealers to have them put their emblem on your shirt.
We're doing that now, so we just put together sponsorship packages for local companies that we will be sending out.
Super cool, man.
So yeah, it's something we just figured out actually just like 2 days ago. So.
I'm really excited for you guys. That's exciting.
That's
really exciting.
Because I
just said exciting 4 times.
One of our big problems is we never had money to do. We don't have money to do anything because a lot of the guys in our team work like labor jobs and whatnot.
Yeah, and not even just that. You're not earning enough money, and it's now an expendable amount of income. And I can't imagine dues are like, oh, it's $20. It's probably like a couple $100.
Our dues for the whole year are $150. And that's really, really cheap.
I was just saying, it's really not that bad. I thought it was gonna be like $400 or $500.
Most teams are like $300-$400. Ours is $150 because we don't do much because we don't have any money.
But the dues don't. But what do the dues include then?
The dues for the team, they cover like they cover having to pay for the refs. They cover a little bit for the socials because we do have to pay those to the bar for the food and whatnot and hosting it there. They pay for tournaments that we go to. Yep. And like housing for those tournaments. They pay for any new jerseys that we get. And like
there's a lot of stuff coming out of a little pot.
Yep. And they pay for practice facilities.
Yeah.
They pay for team registration and stuff like that. So yep. But now if we get more sponsors, then money we won't have to have people pay for like tournaments that we go to.
That's exciting, dude.
So that's big. Yeah, we already got in the past 2 weeks we got 3 companies that verbally like confirmed that they want to, and then we got one Miller Lite they like confirmed they're going to. And
that
then
is
we have
awesome, dude.
Local brewery that wants to. We had a bunch, and then when we got into e-board, we were like, we're not getting any money from any of these people. What's going on? And we contact all of them, and they're like, yeah, no one's contacted us in like 2 years.
Oh no!
So we haven't been paying you.
So somebody didn't even fucking tell you guys when they left that hey, there's shit that needs to get handled.
And they didn't want to. And the ones we contacted and whatnot, they were like, nah, we don't want to do that anymore. So we're like, okay, we'll get new ones.
Yeah.
So now we're getting new ones.
Yeah, it's interesting just what asking gets you.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, we someone like knew somebody who's just opening up running in like a sports apparel store out near U of R, and they're like, oh yeah, totally.
Yeah, here's a little bit of money. Just advertise me. Mm-hmm. That's so cool.
That's crazy.
What color are your jerseys?
We are silver, black, and gray.
Oh, that's nice. That's classy.
Yep. So, that's going well. We're getting new jerseys hopefully this fall with our new sponsors.
Did you just get new jerseys?
No, we're trying. We have to wait till. We're gonna wait till we get like all of our new sponsors and our sponsorship package is set and everything. Of like, hey, you give us this much money and you get this size logo on our jersey.
Yeah.
We're getting quotes for new jerseys now, but our new jerseys will probably get right before the fall season.
Hell yeah, dude.
So that'll be nice. Maybe switch up how it looks a little bit.
You going long sleeve, short sleeve?
A short sleeve.
All right. Now, I know that there's the Aardvarks. What is the name of your squad?
Rochester Colonials.
Rochester Colonials.
I told them we gotta get sponsored by them.
Experts.
So
yeah, if you're gonna go that far.
Whenever we do our breakdown in the beginning of the game, like someone else like yell something for everyone to say, and then in practice once, it was like I was doing it. I was like, all right, everyone, on 3, Rochester Colonials, and we do that, and I go, all right, on 3, you're window door experts. And everyone's like, fuck you, man, fuck you. I don't know how we're not sponsored.
You guys need to get a better. Either you need to get sponsored by Rochester Colonial, or you need to change the fucking name to something savage.
Yeah.
Something ruthless.
Well, we don't need to change anything because we are undefeated.
Like the number 2 pencils.
Yeah.
We're gonna scribe all over your ass. So how did that transition go over? Obviously, you said a bunch of guys left, but now you guys went from being a 4-4 team to an 8-0 team.
8-0, undefeated.
8-0.
Undefeated.
God.
Yep.
God.
So what happened was
It's not easy in any sport, dude.
in the offseason, our big thing was we got a new coach who has been involved with rugby in Rochester for like 40 years.
Where'd you find this guy?
He actually was an Aardvark. He was one of our rivals for years.
Now, you guys do play the Aardvarks, right?
Yeah, we play the Aardvarks twice every year.
Nice.
They're in our same league. We beat them 63-25 and 72-10 this year.
Remember those numbers?
Yep, we smoked them.
Those are huge numbers.
Everyone's going, they're our biggest rivals. It's going to be a good game. We smoked them.
That means you play against Z.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Aaron doesn't play for the Aardvarks, right?
No.
And I think he's a soccer player.
Yeah.
He's just a cock diesel soccer player.
Yeah.
But yeah, you play. Z always looks like an asshat. He always looks super angry.
He's always mad because the team got shit on this year.
Yeah, they got destroyed.
They
used to be good.
I think they only won 2 games this year.
Whoa.
Yeah, well, their thing is they have a D2 team as well, so they have a team a division higher than us and a team in our division.
What do you mean a D2 team? Like what? So
D1, D2, D3.
So you're technically a D3 team?
Yeah, we're social division. So we practice twice a week, and all of our games are like the farthest games we go to are Buffalo and Binghamton for our regular season. If you go up to D2, they're playing games in Chicago and Colorado and all this crap, traveling around, and nobody got time for that.
I was going to say, how do you go from a D3 team to a D2 team?
You win a lot a few years in a row.
So you're close. You're in 2 more years.
Our big thing right now is we know financially we couldn't make that jump. So if they ask us to, we're going to be like, sorry, we can't.
Unless you got more sponsorships, right?
Yeah, but I don't know if our team would want to make that jump because a lot of guys on our team are already stretched with time as it is, and they have trouble making it to 2 practices in a game an hour away a week. Asking guys to take work off to go to Colorado or Chicago or whatever. It's not in the cards right now.
It'd be interesting if you guys got enough attention because I didn't even know there was another rugby team in town.
Yeah, everyone, whenever you say Rochester Rugby, they either say Barbarians, which is the youth rugby here, or they say, the Aardvarks, because the Aardvarks have been around forever. The Colonials broke off from the Aardvarks back in the 80s.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. And our team just, we had a few years where we were good, but for a while our team wasn't good. Perennial like 50-50 team. Shut up, Buffalo Bills.
So other than the coach that came in, then what are the big
the coach who came in has been involved with youth rugby in Rochester forever, and he coached a lot of guys in youth rugby that were went off to college and just came back to town, and they heard that he was up coaching, and he was coaching us, so they came out. They're like, we want to play for coach again.
No shit.
So we got like 3 or 4 guys that way. That were all young guys who just came out of college who are all stupid fast and really good who've been playing since they were kids. So we got some of those guys, and then we got a few guys who had played for college teams around here and just graduated and are staying in the area. And there's only 2 teams in Rochester to pick from. So the Aardvarks organization is run a little bit differently than ours, and it's not as sociable sometimes. So all the guys.
What do you mean sociable?
Not as fun. Our team's known for being fun, and we all hang out together.
That's what I was gonna say. You guys all know each other. You guys all live near each other, talk to each other regularly.
We live near each other. We all hang out with each other on the weekends. At any given weekend night, you can walk in my house and there's 10 guys from the team there. hanging out.
So how many guys are on the team total?
Right now, we have about 30.
Whoa, that's huge.
So 15 start, 23 total dress for the games. We have like 30 on our team.
What do the other 7 do? Hold their dick?
Support the team.
Support.
Well, not everyone can make it to every game, too. Like, I had to miss a game this year for a work conference. So.
Yeah.
How is that going? Is it like itchy as all hell?
No, I'm sitting here with my arm cocked, so the muscle's actually pushing up and it's pushing into the brace.
Oh yeah, they can get a little restrictive.
Yeah, it's getting a little itchy over here, and I don't want to fuck with this
stitch
right here. So
yeah,
there's no stitches.
Oh yeah, no stitches. That's right.
No stitches, bitch.
Yep.
So I'm just gonna take this one leaf off for a little bit, and then I'll put it back on shortly. It's
no problem.
The broad who came in and put this on me.
Broad.
She had no idea. She had no idea how to work this thing.
Really?
I looked at it in like 2 seconds. She's like, "Well, he said 90." I was like, "Oh, you mean like 90?" And I moved it over.
Yeah.
And she was like, "How do you?" She's the representative right here. Orthomedic Inc.
Nice.
She's the rep for this. She goes.
She doesn't know how to use it.
Do we? How do we lock it? Do we? I was like, the switch that looks like a lock, probably. And then
the one with a lock symbol on it.
She had these all the way up. Ooh. And I get into my car. Like, why does this feel so restrictive?
Because it was moved all the way back.
I just turned him. I was like, son of a bitch. Locked him back in place. I was like, you're out of your mind. How do you not know your shit? Yeah. This is your product.
The worst part was it covers up your whole tattoo.
I know. Look.
That thing is sick. Like, I can't wait till that's done. It's going to look so nice.
Yeah, I'm going back Friday to get the back of the arm done.
Yeah. See, I'd always wanted to get something like that, but if I did, my mother would bring a steak knife and cut off my skin.
Why is that?
My mother's very traditional and conservative.
What the fuck is traditional?
She pulls a knife out of the drawer and says, if y'all get a tattoo, I'm going to cut off with this here knife.
So you got to get it on your ass.
Yeah.
Or like your low back or something like that.
This year I made a bet with a friend of mine that if the Bills won the Super Bowl, we're getting ass tats. So.
Good thing I got to go through with that.
Dude, it's a good thing the Bills didn't make it another round because Bills Mafia people are going to start dying. Like,
yo, those...
shout out Bills Mafia. I jumped through a table this year.
I hate you and everything you stand for.
Yeah, I was a table jumper this year.
You're in a Patriots household. This is a household
of cheating, of deflating balls.
Of learned doctors, motherfucker.
This is a house of the learned doctors.
We said we put up.
I said I didn't want salmon. I said it 4 times.
This is the worst wedding ever.
This wedding is horseshit.
He goes. We thought your mother was hot, so we said we put up with the retard in the meantime.
You don't say that.
He goes, who's the retard?
Who's the curly-headed fuck?
You are. You don't say that.
You don't say that. I'm gonna go upstairs and put my nutsack on your drum set.
I'm gonna fill a pillowcase with bars of soap and beat the shit out of you.
He had this weird look in his eyes, and he said, let's get it on. I was talking about the fighting. I'm so not a raper.
That movie's so stinking good.
Fucking Catalina wine next to
Oh, that's one of the greatest sequences.
That's our family Christmas tradition in my household. We watch Step Brothers.
No way. Yeah. That's awesome. So, where did you grow up then?
Grew up in Fairport.
Oh, you're a Fairport bitch. Fairport Look at you. You got money, right? You got that money.
Hey, we were upper middle class. My dad was an engineer and in marketing at Xerox he just retired this year.
Oh, cool.
With the contracting work and how long he worked there was like 40 years.
Did he work at the one on J Road?
No. Oh, yeah. He worked on the one on J Road.
My dad worked at the one on J Road for a while, and then he went to Webster. Yeah. Small world.
Yeah.
Up to Webster. Aren't we in Webster?
Yeah, we're in Webster, yeah. So, yeah, my dad worked there forever. He was in the military. He started before contracting, and then he was in the military, and then he left, and he contracted a little bit more for them, and then they hired him full-time. And
oh, that's super cool.
So he worked full-time there for 34 years, and he did like 6 years of contracting for them.
I bet you my dad knew him, because my dad dealt with a lot of the engineers, because he was an industrial designer.
Yep, my dad was he was an engineer in finishing for a long time, and then he went to marketing and finishing.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yep, so he was there forever, and he just retired in November.
Well, congratulations to your dad.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Living the life now.
Yeah.
He's been retired since then. He started talking about consulting 2 days a week.
Of course he is. He's already bored as shit.
Yeah. Well, he has to be around my mom the whole day.
Oh, damn.
Just kidding. Love you, Gene.
Did you call your mom by her first name?
Yeah. My mom was a stay-at-home mom.
Why did you call her by her first name?
I don't know.
You go, I love you, Gene.
Yeah. Love you, Gene. My mother's a nice lady.
Dorothy Mantooth is a saint.
She's a savage, but she's a nice lady.
She's a savage, he says.
Yep.
So what are your parents like? Your dad's obviously an ex-military.
Yeah, but he's quiet, but he's very sociable, nice guy. You know, a handyman, fixes everything himself. Mm-hmm. Engineer, smart dude. great with dad jokes. He'll sit in silence.
Great with
he'll
dad
sit in silence for hours, and then he'll make one comment that'll clear a room.
I love it. That's perfect.
Like, God damn it, and then just walk out.
Because you can't believe someone just said that shit.
Yep.
What about your mom?
My mom is like, she was in PTA, the school board. She's friends with everyone. She knows everyone. I can't go anywhere without someone knowing me because of her.
Oh, no shit.
Yep. So that was interesting growing up with that, because like all the teachers know my mom.
All the eyes are on you.
All the coaches know my mom. Everyone's parents know my mom. So all eyes were on my brothers and I, and we could never get in trouble and anything. But
oh, that is so sucky. So you grew up in Fairport.
Grew up in Fairport.
Your mom was a stay-at-home mom. Your dad
was a stay-at-home mom
military,
until I
worked for
was in high school, and I got my license because I was the youngest.
How many siblings you got? You got two other brothers?
Two older brothers, yes. One who's 30 and one who's 27.
You got your ass beat a lot.
Yeah, I did, yeah. And then in 9th grade, I was bigger than both of them. And it stopped immediately for some reason.
I love that. That's perfect.
Yep. So I have two older brothers, both sales engineers.
Yeah.
One works here in Rochester, one out in Buffalo. So
nice.
But yeah, grew up in a very competitive household because we had a neighborhood all of kids the same age too, and everything went down in our yard. Like our front yard was where it went down.
Nice.
Every sport, and playing basketball in the basketball hoop, breaking out the nets, playing some roller hockey, kickball, dodgeball, whatever it was. Kick the can at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
All went down.
You guys were the fire starters.
Oh yeah, all went down in our yard. All the windows got broken at our house.
That's how my house was in Henrietta. Same shit. Yep. We got the cops called on us. Police called on us all the time.
I don't think we ever had cops who had to come to our house.
Always.
I don't think we did.
Even when I became an adult, I was like, "Oh, it's gonna stop now." No, it got worse.
I don't think we ever had cops come or called because all of our neighbors were chill, but they were all the parents of the kids that were in our front yard.
We had a bunch of twats in our neighborhood.
Oh, everyone growing up in my neighborhood was all on the same page of like, send the kids out in the morning, let them go play around. Yeah, they made it back alive.
Yeah. You got a heartbeat. There's a pulse.
Come in for dinner, and then
somebody's got the cowbell.
Everyone goes in at 6, and everyone comes back out at 7:30, and then
plays till like 9 or 10.
Plays till 9 or 10. Then when we got older, plays till like 1 or 2.
Yeah. Why the hell not?
Yeah,
that's perfect. Give me 1 second. I gotta pee.
I do too, actually.
No.
I'll talk. You pee, and then we'll switch. You want to cross streams?
Yeah, let's cross streams and touch tips, bitch.
That happened in Step Brothers too. Sword fight. What a great flick. Yeah, grew up in Fairport. Fairport born and raised. Great little town. Yo, they're doing construction on the lift bridge like all next year. He can't hear me. Warning to anyone driving through Fairport, the village. The lift bridge will be under construction for like a whole year. They're going to be replacing all the components and all the mechanisms in it, so it'll be shut down. You will not be able to go through the center of the village of Fairport. You'll have to go around. So, warning to the wise. Shouts out T-Foots. Shouts out Shorts. Shouts out McCormick. There he is. So handsome. Oh, yeah, I was telling the listeners/viewers that the lift bridge in Fairport is going to be under construction all of next year, so it's going to be shut down.
Oh, no.
So you can't go over. It's going to be shut down for a whole year.
Why?
They're replacing all the mechanisms.
That's right, because it's old as shit.
It's old as shit.
A ton of money to do that. It's going to cost them like $30,000 or $40,000.
At least. You got to get a lot of specialized shit and all that, so.
I got to bring those lights. I think it's the lights that's the feedback issue.
Tag
out.
I gotta pee real quick.
Yeah, you do it.
Feel free to talk shit.
I left you a present.
Oh, wonderful.
Maybe by Sunday I won't be such a waste. Because I have this podcast today, I got a podcast tomorrow, I got a podcast on Saturday, and I got a podcast on Sunday. So the projections for the week are, tomorrow is a guy I know, Izzy. He's the mixed martial arts fighter and champion, and he's going to come on. He's going to talk about his life growing up and what it's like to fight in mixed martial arts and things like that professionally. And then Saturday, big changes, big announcement are coming. I had a conversation with a gentleman who kind of expressed to me that what I'm describing for the show is actually more than just a show. It's more like a network. And I'm going to start doing a little bit more about introducing myself and sharing who I am and the things that I do to try and like bring more attractiveness to the channel, because it shouldn't be just the guests you should come to see, partly me, and then be like, oh, who's this person? I don't know. Well, Kyle's doing it. I'd like to see it. And then you meet somebody who you didn't have any idea about. So I'm going to end up showing more of who I am and what I do, as well as we're going to start live streaming on Twitch. We're still going to be doing the audio video splits, and I'll be putting those up the same couple days later. I'm booking out about the next 2 or 3 months as we speak, and we're just going to take it from there. Oh, and then Sunday I have an interview with... Fuck you. Then Sunday we get to meet the beautiful Kyle Sheridan, who is a New York State record holder in multiple weight classes, powerlifting.
Super pretty.
So we got a really, really full week this week. I got 2 already set up for next week, and then I got 2 set up for the following week. And then, as is appropriate, the head coach from football for Aquinas, private school locally, he's coming on the day before the Super Bowl.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Nice. So I got a couple things left. I got to make sure I get the table set here so it's a little more professional. Get the plexiglass, plywood, cover it so it's got like a felt cover, and then I'm going to get a drape for it. Like a tablecloth, so we can come in. You're like, okay, this isn't just a fucking asshole in his studio basement with some sound panels and shit.
You're still a fucking asshole.
We're not arguing that fact at all. There's more coffee, buddy.
Oh yeah, perfect.
And
I'll be up all night.
So these are the things that are in the works right now. So stay tuned. I'll definitely be posting a lot more about me. I'll be posting about my fitness, my recovery.
Wait for it. Stay Looney Tunes.
Stay looney.
This
and I'll be
coffee mug is
posting
covered in
about my recovery and
are you taking the pain pills anymore? Are you good?
I'm taking them still, bitch.
Still, yeah.
I'm trying to parcel them away so that way if I need them later for some other idiotic thing I've done, I have the delightful. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's one of the things I missed was the first 2 or 3 days that I took them.
You're completely looped out.
I wasn't even just that, dude. I was on another fucking planet, dude. Whoa!
My problem was I had to have them once for one of my surgeries, and my stomach, it just upset my stomach so much. I was sick all the time.
I get wired, dude.
I was so sick, and I was like, nope, I'm just taking the maximum dose of ibuprofen I can take in a day.
Ibuprofen is dog shit for me, dude.
Yeah.
It's a fucking joke. But no, so after the surgery happened, okay, I ended up coming home, and so the surgery started late. I ended up getting home, and I'd say it was probably about 2:30. It was probably about 4 o'clock.
I was about to say 2:30, the perfect time to go to the dentist.
Well, 2:30.
I'll be here all week.
I hate you so much, Dad.
It's okay, everyone else does too.
So they put me in late, right? And then they're like, sometimes you might deal with a little bit of sickness when you're coming out, so just let us know. We'll give you something for it. Well, I woke up in the emergency room. I'm talking to the guy. Dude, that nerve block is still getting me. It's like my arm was just a fucking
feels like someone else's arm.
Couldn't control anything, dude. Yeah. It was like smashing into the walls, and I'm like, oh God!
Sorry, big swinging dick.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. That's what I first thought was big swinging dick. But no, so
Kyle's dick is much bigger.
Huge. They say baby's arm? No. It's
you
like your leg.
You know how you make Kyle's dick 12 inches? You fold it in half.
Ooh! You're so dumb. No, so the nerve block was in, but I get really fucked up on anesthesia. So, like, it doesn't really wear out of me for, like, a couple days. And he's like, that's not really common. I was like, dude, I don't know what to tell you. I was like, I get messed up for days on it. So I ended up coming home at, like, 4:30. Tried to go to bed. Fell asleep at, like, 2:30. Woke up at 4. Oof. And then laid in bed for an hour. Literally laid there. And I was like, I'll go to the side. I'll go to this side. I'll go to this side. I can't feel my fucking arm. Yeah. I get up and my wife's like, where are you going? I was like, I'm sorry. I've been up for 2 hours already. So I go out and I watch TV and she comes out and I switch with her and I go back to the bedroom. And I took some of my stuff and I'm sitting there watching Stranger Things, just zoning out. I was trying to sleep. I was really trying to sleep.
That might be a good show to watch when you're just out of it.
Just bonkers. Yeah. And I'm sitting there watching it and I watched the whole series. I put the first disc back in again because I bought it on DVD. That's how much I love that show. Yeah, look at all the posters.
Yeah, I love that show. It's so good, and it was out of nowhere.
I know those Russo brothers are killers. The mercenaries, dude.
Literally out of nowhere. This show comes out, and there's a little bit of hype for him, like some like 80s show, some monster crap, whatever. It's so good, and the child actors are so good. They're so good.
I argue with people that might be one of the greatest shows that's ever made.
It might be.
And they're like, no, you forget about these. I'm like, no. As what the show is.
Yeah, what the show is, the storyline, the actors who are all
how they develop it, how you feel like it's single dimensional, and then you're like, boom. It's like literally it's like a little kid's imagination, and then you realize, holy shit, it's actually fucking real.
And then how they keep stringing, like they have so many different storylines going on at once.
Oh yeah,
bringing it all together always and intertwine. It's going everywhere. You don't know what's gonna happen.
But I mean, okay, think about this. So like when you were a child, were you afraid of anything? I didn't like the dark,
Heights.
and I thought there was always a killer under my fucking bed.
Heights and spiders are my two.
But that's what I'm saying. So let's say this was really a Paramount issue.
Bear traps and having sex with old people for money. Those are my two no's. Other than that, another reference. There.
You're so dumb.
I am really dumb.
So, like, what if that was like a based on real thing, like in an interdimensional world?
Yeah.
Like there really is a dude who's like at night he phases in, he's like zoom, and he's like under my bed and he's like, I'm a fucking murderer. For some reason I'm really attached to this kid and I'm gonna kill this motherfucker. Like, or there's monsters in my closet or something and they phase in at some point and they're like, oh, he's sleeping again. You know what I'm saying?
Well, Monsters Inc. That movie's real.
But that's Stranger Things.
Yeah, it's
the kids are they're taking it like it's a joke.
So well written. Yeah, everyone thinks it's a joke.
The Demogorgon is for real, bruh.
Yeah.
It tries to come out through.
Yeah, they call the Demogorgon. Obviously, whatever. It's so cool. It's
so the parents see it, they dismiss it. They're like, "You kids play too many games. Shut the hell up."
Shut the hell up. Yeah. No, it's so well written. The child actors are so good. They're all good.
Yeah.
Like they're all. It's a very good show.
Now, if you would agree with me, out of both seasons, what is the one wasted episode? The one episode that you watched and you were like, I could have seriously done without this episode. But you understand the purpose of it.
When 11 goes to the other city.
When 11 goes to New York City.
I think Chicago.
Wherever I don't care where it is. Chicago, it was the worst. Like, I get why
Kai Green
was in it. Kai Green was in it. Yo, you see he's filming another movie?
Yeah. Creed 2. Yeah.
Ooh, no, there's another movie, like an underground fight movie.
Oh yeah, the mountain's in that one too. The mountain's in that one too.
He's throwing people. Yeah. Granted, they're on wires, but I can't wait to watch that big ass 300-pound body just launching bitches.
What a supreme specimen.
I am so excited that the industries as a whole are not laying down on Kai Green. Yeah, he did stuff when he was younger. Who gives a shit?
He did it for money, dude. He needed money.
I don't care. Yeah. Sylvester Stallone did the same thing, and just because it was a different dimension, everybody's just like, oh, that's right. He was in that. But Kai Green does it, and they're like, we're a whole bunch of issues.
Kai has such a great work ethic, and he is so personable. He's got such great facial expression.
He's so brilliant.
Yeah.
Have you heard interviews with that man? Shit comes out of that dude's mouth.
Phenomenal artist.
Phenomenal artist. Beautiful artist. But he talks and you hear him talking and it sounds like someone's reading you poetry that's been written.
Like someone's reading like the freaking old school novel.
Not even just that. So this is what I feel. You hear the dude talking. It's like somebody wrote Shakespearean and then translated it to modern.
Yep.
So that it's not just like, beyond yonder window breaks. It's
intellectual.
The window breaks upon yonder eyes. And you're like, oh, you fuck, you got me. Keep going. Yeah, no, Jesus Christ.
He's great. I like him a lot.
I just love listening to him talk because he's so insightful too. That dude has had so many fucking troubles in his life too, and you're like, you keep getting up, man. You keep getting up.
Talk about genetics. So did you see that kid when the videos
when he was
just
18? A kid, dude? He was so big.
And perfect, like muscle and shirt,
balance
big,
and everything,
fat
big
bellies.
smiling, dumb face, and you're like, this kid's going somewhere. And then as an adult, he's this, and like I've heard stories about people who've met him, and like he's just been lost in conversation with you. There will be a line of like 50 people, and he'll take the time to talk to you. Yeah,
that's what I've heard about him and Phil Heath is they'll sit there the whole time and they'll just get lost in conversation with you, and they'll wait till every last person's come through, no matter how late it is, no matter how late they were paid to be there. They will stay as long as it takes to talk to every
I heard that about
person.
Cutler.
Yeah, a lot of those guys a lot of the bodybuilders are really good at that.
Well, they don't get to really see their fans very often.
Exactly, only a few shows a year, and most fans, a lot of fans don't even go to any of the shows, and the ones that do
I met Phil Heath, I met Branch Warren, and I met Rich Gaspari.
Yeah,
and they take
the time, they talk to everyone.
Yeah.
You ask them any questions, they answer it in full detail.
They're so personable, and it's so wonderful. Everybody gives like the bodybuilding stint this. Not even just the big dumb idiot. It's mean.
Yeah.
Like I literally talk to people at the gym. I'm like, what did you think when you first started weightlifting? Did you think it was just a bunch of idiots?
And no, we're all there to try to make everyone else better.
Yeah, and the big difference between me and whoever it is that I asked is that I'm extremely outgoing. Yeah. Half of the people in the gym know me.
Yeah, that's how we met in the gym.
The same thing there, but that's like literally half of the people. Mm-hmm. I can walk through and like I was just saying hi today as I'm talking to like 3 people.
Well, how are you now?
Well, how you doing?
Oh, hello. I'm just chasing after me like a charm.
But it's the same shit. And everybody, what's even more funny is like, so I was standing there. People haven't seen me in a while because I've been going earlier.
And your arm.
And my arm.
For a little bit.
And I'm talking to a couple people. I think I was talking to you and I was talking to Steve or something like that. And I had like 4 or 5 people walk up and say, hi.
Oh, hey, how you doing?
And I'm like in the middle of conversation. I was like, hey, man, what's good? And I would continue my conversation. And they were like, okay, cool. And they'd walk away.
Yeah, Kyle didn't actually lift today at the gym. He just talked to people.
Yeah, I did. That's like my deadlift yesterday. I didn't actually deadlift that. And then Facebook didn't actually blow up about it. But
oh my god, it's dangerous. You would hurt yourself.
Hurt yourself.
Well, it kind of already did that.
Already fucked up. But all those people who bumped into me at some point ended up coming over at some point to just chat.
Yeah, just chat. See how you're doing.
Half of them talked about this, and half of them just talked about what's going on. And Malcolm, actually, from a couple interviews ago, he's going to have some shows coming up soon. So when those surface, I'll let people know if they want to like catch Stay Tuned or anything like that, or tune into him, because he's doing some pretty cool shit. Yeah. He's getting his DMA in Oregon.
Yeah, that's why. Like, I have absolutely no musical skill at all.
No, you didn't play. You didn't play instruments in high school.
Any instruments, nothing. Didn't do any art. I can't draw. I can't all the time. That's how I make my money.
That's how you play it, right?
Yeah.
Just on the side of your mouth.
A little more vertical movement going on there.
It's really hard when you're 6'5", though. Yeah. You kind of got to lay down and play it.
Yeah. It's a very difficult instrument. But yeah. Don, nice dudes there. A good time. So yeah, but no, growing up and I didn't play any instruments. When I'm not artistic at all, can't draw for the life of me.
Well, Steve's coming on next weekend, and Steve is a former producer, and Steve is also he was an ex-band member. He was super hardcore punky, like, and now he's one of the lead salesmen for his company in the market. He was like 6th out of like 150 people. Nice. This was his first year. I was like, you're.
With sales, it's natural. It's how you talk to people, man.
Yeah, they buy from you. They don't buy the product.
Yeah, no.
And that's what I was explaining here earlier.
They can buy similar products literally anywhere. There's a billion other companies that do exactly the same thing, but it's who they want to buy it from. Yeah. So sales is all about being very personable, knowing how to talk to people, and then
for sure.
when they have questions, knowing the answers immediately, or knowing, let me call this guy real quick.
Yeah. You've always got the answer on hand, whether it's from you or someone else.
Yeah. Yep.
Like I always tell everybody, I'm not the smartest person, but I know somebody who knows.
I did an internship in sales for like a whole year, and that was a big thing. It's like, if you don't know, it'd be like, let me call the company real quick. I'll get right back to you. Call them up, get the answer, call them right back.
What'd you sell?
HVAC equipment.
Ooh, HVAC.
Big shit too. A lot of our jobs were a lot of money, but
was that for like a Leo J. Roth type company?
I was Modular Comfort Systems. They're in Syracuse and in Victor here.
Where did you go to?
RIT.
That's right. No. I was going back further. So obviously, here you go. 1829, the taggers. Oh, you're gonna be in on this too. I'm gonna bring this up right now before I fucking forget. So one of the things we're gonna try and do. What days do you usually have practice?
Tuesday, Thursday.
Okay, cool. So what we're trying to do, because I know you usually practice after you work out and shit like that, is when the weather starts to turn nicer, is every Wednesday we're gonna go do something else out of the gym. Ooh. I'm getting a gang of the guys, and we're gonna start doing this. So like, I'm gonna buy frisbee golf discs.
There you go.
I'm gonna buy some clubs.
Golf clubs.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So like, we can be like, hey, this coming Wednesday, we're gonna go shoot some balls, or we're gonna go play a course real fast.
Let's go shoot some sport clay at the local gun club.
Like if we can get in for a shooting range or something like that, or clay, paintball. Go to Red Barn. Go to Rock Ventures. Go to Warrior Labs. Go to the Bounce Place because they're leaving quarantine it off for adults.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like
adults.
We spend so much.
You call us
the big kids, right? But we spend so much time inside the gym, and I was like, I'd like to do something different. Because Red Barn, dude, middle of summer, that whole bottom area is now done, so you can scale that whole thing. Yep. Rock Ventures, you can go to Invasion. Yep. We can go to fucking Hot Shots one day.
Oh, beach.
And I'm getting a gang of the guys together, and it's like one of those, like, I want it to become a regular thing when the weather gets nice, that we're like, hey, it's Wednesday, man. Because my new program's going to have me on 2 heavies, Monday, Tuesday, and then Thursday, Friday are going to be light. And I was like, I don't want to do it Friday because I feel like when Friday rolls around, everybody's set.
Everyone's busy.
Yeah, you're going to run in the gym, you're going to run out.
We play Magic.
We're board games.
Fridays.
I'm going to start live streaming Magic games.
Oh, I'm so in.
Yeah, so that was actually one of the epiphanies that we had is the guy John who's coming Saturday. He was a Twitcher for a while.
Yeah,
And he was like, in order to increase your flow, he goes, why don't you do everything you do? He goes, you do the fitness. He goes, you do this. You design the board games. You have the invention you're working on. He goes, you do the podcast. He goes, I'm going to hook you up and we're going to start live streaming.
The invention you're working on, live streaming that.
No, I'm not going to live stream that. But I can use that. Like I can use a modem. Okay. But it was like one of those. He goes, people will pay to watch weird stuff. Yeah. And it's one of those like, and I pride myself specifically for the Magic is like, all my decks are under $20.
And you are genius at building them.
I'm very quick and annoying. I know, isn't it? Especially the Alcatraz deck that's about to come in. Well, I just ordered 3 decks the other day.
You play test them and you tweak them against us and whatnot, and then he'll finally get it down and you play, and the game's over in 3 turns.
I'm usually pretty good about like not formulating them terribly.
Yeah.
So like I think the only decks I've really had to fix lately were Infect, because I had to add the dual lands just to slow it down, the tap lands. The Bant deck, my white green, that deck I had to figure out a way to make it a tad bit quicker. And then I think the other one, the Cycle deck, the one that uses that card that brings them all back from the graveyard, and then I sack them all at the end of the turn and they come back permanently. That one was another one that needed a little bit of help. But generally speaking, after I've built it and I've looked at it enough, I'm pretty balanced with it. And the one thing I try to do is I try not to make the same deck twice.
Yeah, try to make a different way of getting through the game each time, so you're not just like, I'm gonna play burn every time and fuck all you. Or
well, and the other thing too is I like to not buy expensive stuff.
Oh yeah.
So if I can build the whole deck for under $20,
some of these freaking competitive decks out there are like $1,000 some.
Look at my fucking Reanimator deck. That one's probably as expensive as my car.
Man, it's ridiculous. It's like, what the fuck, man?
And I don't play with it because it's too good. It's always a turn 1, tier 2, 1.
Man, game's over. That was so much fun.
And the nice thing too is since we play casual Legacy, is it's one of those, we have such a small ban list of cards.
And you can choose from cards from any set.
Yeah, but the whole big thing for me is it's one of those, keep the deck affordable.
Yeah.
And the nice thing too, if I'm live streaming these, is because I watch all these YouTubers and stuff like that, and they're like, here's a budget deck. And you look at it, you're like, that deck's $100. I don't know what is so budget about that. And I get it that they're like competitive budget decks.
There are a lot of ones now that they do videos of like $40 to $60 decks. But even like if you can get $20 decks out there and you can get sponsored by like a tappedout.net or a TCG player or something, where you can say, here's the deck list on this.
Yeah. And I can prove that they're under $20.
And go buy it, and they go get a link to that website. Oh, there's the deck list. Oh, yeah, that costs $20.61.
I just built a standard deck last night, my first standard deck of all time. Yeah. The deck is $7.
Yeah.
And it's an aggro red deck. I call it Jackhole.
Yeah.
It runs the Jackals and stuff like that.
And you can get like tappedout.net or like TCG Player or MTG Goldfish to sponsor that shit.
Just gotta. I'm not worried about sponsorships right now. I just want to get the attention, the information out there. So what'll end up happening is like on Friday, what I'll end up doing is I'll be like, here's the first deck I'm playing with. Here's the second deck I'm playing with. This is how much this one costs. This is what it does. This is how much this one costs. This is what it does. And I'll stream those games.
Watch me just rape Tim with it real quick.
But the only problem is it'll have to be one-on-ones.
Yeah.
Because I'm not gonna be able to. I'm not gonna be able to.
Unless you're doing Commander, like.
Yeah. But I can't camera angle the table here and show you both. So like if I'm drawing and showing. And stuff like that, I'm not going to be able to do it with a full fucking
playing
table.
Against. Yeah.
And I don't want to do it with Brad because Brad's not going to be understandable. That's what I'm saying. Tim, you, or obviously Adam or Adam or whoever it is. And then, you put the mic off to the side and you're playing the game.
Yep.
And then, oh shit, we're playing a board game. You stream the board, whatever it is.
People will watch that shit on Twitch.
People will pay for weird stuff, dude. There's a guy right now on Twitch who's painting awful fucking paintings. And he's got like 1,000 people watching him make these dog shit paintings. Like it looks like he's right-handed, but he's painting with his left hand. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how bad it is.
I would so watch that shit.
It's so Bob Rossi, you man.
Look at this fucking guy. They'd really be like, oh, look at this fucking guy. I'd be like, oh shit.
And then you didn't realize you subbed.
Yeah.
The guy just made $2 off of your idiotness. Yep. But the other nice thing too, because that's what he was bringing up to my attention, is he was like, when I was a streamer, he goes, I didn't have very many followers for the first 6 months, and I was like, oh, that seems about right. He goes, yeah. He goes, about after month 6 things start to pick up. He goes, so as long as I was like, dude, I don't care. I was like, I'm doing this for me right now.
Do it for fun.
Yeah. And he goes, people will donate, people will sub, people will do that. He goes, and as long as you get consistent with your base, and that's where I got the idea for the Life on Record network. Because
have that all network where you can Twitch, live stream this.
So like everything goes on YouTube and it's all under the Life on Record platform, but everything goes under different tags.
Yep.
So like when we play Magic, it'll be Magic under 20.
Yeah.
Or whatever I call the tag.
Yep.
And then this will end up being called the Shit Show.
Yep.
The Stories Here in Town show.
Yep.
And then I'm not going to tell anybody. I'm waiting for people to realize, but that's what I'm saying. So like it'll have different subs. And I was telling him, I was like, dude, you can become part of this. I was like, you need to start Twitching again and posting them under here. I was like, become part of the network. And there's actually a friend of mine who's talking about doing. I do have tons of friends. So many bodies. About doing anime reviews.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, well, if you're going to do it, there's a couple things you need to do.
And I watched Dragon Ball Z growing up, but other than that, I didn't really ever get into any like anime at all.
I got into about 6 or 7 of them.
Yeah,
I was more into the superheroes than I was the anime.
Yeah, I was more into superheroes.
But I mean, we both watched Yu Yu Hakusho. I guarantee it. We watched Inuyasha. We probably watched Gundam Wing. We probably watched Sailor Moon. We probably watched Ronin Warriors. Yep. Those were just the traditional ones. I'm talking like
My Neighbor Totoro, whatever the name it is.
Tenga Toppa Gurren Lagann is the greatest anime that's ever been made in my opinion.
Something. It's like My Neighbor Totoro or some shit. I know. I saw that one.
Talking Greek to me, man.
Yeah.
But he's super, super, super into anime, and I was like, you'd have to do it on something that's already got a ton of episodes out, so you can start doing them, do the reviews on them, or you'd have to do something that is literally brand new.
And
because then you can review it as it comes out, and people will watch it with you.
Yep.
And that's where we're going. And I was like, that's your angle. And I'm telling everybody, I'm like, if you got something, you got an angle, dude, bring the angle.
Yeah.
Because if, like, let's say, like, CJ. So if, let's say CJ, Chris from the gym, let's say he got a camera and he streamed and he recorded his huntings.
Oh, yeah.
I would totally watch the fuck out of that stuff. Because he came on the show and he said next time he goes hunting, I was like, give me the organ meat, dude.
Have a live stream of it and then show highlights after. Of,
That's what I'm saying.
Kills
I'm not editing anybody else's videos but my own.
Well, yeah, have him edit it down to like when he actually makes the kills, or like when he makes shots, or like when something's in like the view and stuff. He can have like a front facing camera watching that, and you get a camera on him.
And I mean, for the rugby stuff, I know they make chest harnesses. And you can do GoPros.
We can't wear those in game though. We can do it in practice. We can't wear those in game.
Oh, see, that'd be so cool. And then you can, like, if somebody, like, if one of your team members could record it, we could post it on the platform.
We have someone who.
But that's what I'm like. I'm looking at Life on Record as less of just a me interviewing people,
but it's a whole
and more
conglomerate
of
a lot of things.
It is a network of shit
for people to come in and be like, I want to watch stuff on Magic, or I want to watch stuff on Car Guys.
Because I feel like I feel like that's one of the biggest follies that anything has is when you pigeonhole yourself.
Yeah, so tightened into one.
Like if I looked at you, I'm like, oh, Big Tim, the rugby player, not Big Tim, the Magic player, not Big Tim, the engineer graduate, not Big Tim, the football player, not Big Tim, the athlete, natural athlete. Like all these.
No steroids here.
Yeah, but all these things encompass you.
Yeah. Yep.
So as opposed to just reading it one-dimensionally, it's like I'm going to advertise everything I do. Yep. Some of it will stick.
Yeah.
Shotgun method.
Yeah, because. Someone's like, I don't know shit about Magic. Oh, I watched this one thing, though. And then, there it is. And then they can get into the other stuff from that same channel. Like, oh, I like watching these guys. Oh, they play Magic. What's that?
That's exactly what I'm saying. Or, hey, look, Alhambra, they're playing that game again. Yeah. And then, like, I was just telling somebody, I was like, we played Stockpile like 4 or 5 times.
Stockpile was so much fun.
I already made more difficult rules.
Really?
Like to make it longer and make it more involved.
Yeah.
I got shit on this past weekend.
Yes,
the wife crushed me.
Oh, well, you got shit on by us, too.
I know I won the one game. I took. Did I lose? Oh my god!
Lost
did I lose?
You didn't win one.
Yeah, I was fucked up, dude.
Or no, you won the last one.
I won the last one. Yeah. It was like we were a really slim margin though.
Yeah.
The first one, you guys blew me away. You guys were ahead of me by like 40 grand.
You beat me by like $80, and you beat me by like.
It might have been $800.
Yeah, like $800.
It was something tiny. Yeah, because I think Bradley was just over 100K, and you and I were up in like the 140s and 150s.
Yeah.
It was barely a margin, but like. So my buddy CJ from Buffalo and his girlfriend Caitlin came, and then my wife played. I'm trying to get her into board gaming. I was like, I want to do something more with you.
Yeah, with the wife. She's a nice lady.
The wife, she's a nice lady. So I have a whole plethora of board games I'll be buying soon too, which is really, really nice. And I'm going to be talking to Matt, the owner of Just Games. He's actually a board game designer as well. I didn't know. He's a very, very interesting character. I can't wait for that interview. It's gonna be a savage interview. But
totally savage.
I'm looking forward to 2018. I think 2018 is gonna be sexy as fuck, dude. Because I went into 2018, I was like, all right, here's my goals for 2018. Like, super narrow-minded. Yeah. So, like, the way that I am as a person is I see here's the goal. And I see a list like this. What John did for me the other day is he goes, it's not a list. And he puts it down. And he goes, it's a spider web. And I was like, no!
Mind blown.
No!
Pan shit.
But that's like, because in my world, it's like one thing leads to another.
Yeah.
Not one thing is separate from another, but part of a unit.
Yep.
I didn't see it like that at all. And he showed me that. And I was like, how the hell did I miss this? And it's like, it's how I see things.
Yeah.
It's like I can't merge most of the board games that I'm making at the same time. I can only do it versely, once at a time. Go up, go up, go up, go up. They never fan out. It always goes up, and it builds up at a constant rate because I'm really good at that, and it makes sense for board games.
That's just how your work ethic and whatnot is. That's how you work.
Which is why I need somebody who can just be like, "Hey, check it out. Look, it's in the corner of the room. It's literally a spider web."
But what if we do this?
Exactly. Yeah. And then I'm so receptive and so flexible to shit that the only time I give any pushback is when you start talking or whoever it is, and all I hear is, it's a bad idea. I'm giving you a really bad fucking idea right now. And I just go, yeah, no. But listen, I always do it too, and I fucking know I do. And I want to blank my face out one time just to see the reaction.
Just listen.
Because I can't do it. Yeah. But the moment I hear you start saying something that I've already thought about and I've already broken down and I've said that it's a failure, and I know it's going to be a failure because I've fucking done it already. I've done the dance in my head.
The experience. Yeah.
And I'm like, you're behind. bitch. Get up. Get your shit together.
The little titty flex going, just, oh, you're wrong.
Sorry, that was a bad fucking rant, dude.
That's what this is for, though, going on random rants and tangents.
It's so true. I can't wait to put that Carnage poster up.
Dude, the art for this. Have you showed the people yet?
I haven't showed anybody that. That's so delightful.
The art on this is amazing.
Yeah, so this is actually a gift from Adam Mitchell, who will be on the show soon, but that is legit. That's one of, I think it's a 1500 or
this
something.
This is really good. Yeah.
Sexy.
Like, I can, like, the extent of my skills is stick figures. I design everything on the computer. I can't draw by hand.
Do you use CAD?
Yeah, I use Revit and Autodesk products. But that's like a lot what I do for work is CAD. I do like design stuff and whatnot, and have to work with the code and all that. But all the drawing and stuff is done in CAD. So
as an engineer, what do you do?
So I work for an MEP consulting firm. So we do mechanical, electrical, plumbing for new and existing buildings. So whether it's a new building going up or a renovation or, simple equipment going in and out, whatnot.
Yeah.
Sometimes we work for architects, and then sometimes on smaller jobs we'll kind of be the architect and the MEP people on our own. So there's how it goes. There's a building owner, owns the building. They hire an architect, whether it's a new job or a renovation, whatnot, and then they hire us. And we work with them. They'll do all the architecture, the structure, whatnot. And then we do all the mechanical equipment. So it's anything, moving air throughout the building, moving water throughout the building.
So your HVAC, your plumbing, your
HVAC,
electrical.
plumbing, electrical, fire protection, so sprinkler systems, sanitary, all that. We design all of that stuff. And we work with architects and owners throughout the whole process. And there's many, many stages and many, many reviews and whatnot. Eventually the job goes out to bid. So then contractors bid to do the job.
Okay.
And they hire, it's a GC general contractor. And then they hire smaller contractors. They hire a mechanical contractor, an electrical contractor, an FB contractor, all that stuff.
So I might be the actual construction contractor, but I'm not doing the electrical or anything else like
exactly.
that.
You're just the GC and head of the project. And then they hire their individuals, like they go through their individual salespeople that sell these different products. So I may design a product in a job, and that may not be the product that's used.
What do you mean you might design a product?
So we put a schedule together of our suggested equipment and whatnot that's going in there, but they don't have to do that. They can get a similar product from somewhere else. If they hire a GC and that GC uses one mechanical sales company and they don't rep that, that company's equipment, they just choose something similar. So
it's like doing the generic or something like that.
Well, we do like specific custom stuff too, where so a lot of buildings will need like a custom air handler for it. So we'll specify one company's thing, but go down the line and the company that ends up selling that equipment or trying to sell that equipment on the job won't rep that one firm, like that one company we said. So they'll go to their guys and say, hey, can you match this? And usually they're like, yeah, we can match that. So it's a long process that it's like a lot of people don't think about. A lot of people don't think about, like, they'll be in a room and they don't think about everything behind the walls and in the ceiling that makes the shit work. And that's what we do.
That's pretty cool.
Yep. So
how did you get into engineering then?
So growing up, my dad was an engineer. My older brother was an engineer, and he was. Well, he's a sales engineer now, but he went to school for engineering too. And he was big into cars and building those. We had a I forgot what year it was, mid-'80s Fox body Mustang that
I love finding out about people who are into cars. It gives me a brain erection.
I know, right? And a regular one too.
Sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes.
I'm trying not to have to fold in half today.
Yeah, no. Why is the table moving up, Kyle? Thud.
So do you know how to work on cars then too as well?
I know a decent amount. Like my brother did most of it. I was young because he was 6 years older than me. So mostly it was just helping him out with stuff because I had smaller arms and hands than him at the time.
Yeah.
One time we were working on the engine, he hung me from the engine lift over the bay so I could reach in and do stuff also. But yeah, he was the big car guy. I just kind of helped out.
Yeah.
But I learned a decent amount about the cars then. So we had a mid-'80s Fox body that he used for autocrosses, and that was his baby. He had for 11 years. That was his car. And then just last year, he took everything off of it, sold it, and then he got a Factory 5 Shelby.
Whoa.
Yep. So he bought that kit. It's a Factory 5 kit for a Shelby 67. Shelby. He bought that. We got that in. He kept the engine from the old Mustang, kept a lot of the parts from it, just slapped it on there. And
So do you have to buy a new body?
Oh yeah, he bought it. It was a kit for a body and the roll cage and whatnot. But he kept the seats from the old car. Because he had racing seats in the last one. He kept the engine and all that
What
stuff.
caros?
So he had an engine in a 4,500 pound car and put it in a 2,700 pound car.
So what car did you put it in?
That was the Factory 5 kit.
So wait, what is a Factory 5? It's
Factory
one of the ones
5
you order.
company.
They bring it in a box and you go.
Well,
you start building everything
you
from
do
the
that
ground up,
or you
right?
pick it up. So what it is, it's a company that they make kits for these cars. It's fiberglass bodies, roll cages, all up in the firewall and everything. And you buy the kit. You can go pick it up or have it sent to you. You go to a class usually too. They have classes set up before you get it, where you go and you build one on the weekend. And
No shit.
They have ones that are prefab and like everything you just kind of slap together. But they show you how to do it.
Yeah.
And then you can either pick it up or they can deliver it to you. So
That's pretty fucking cool.
he delivered it, got it, and then he took like a whole year to get everything in it, get it running, test and whatnot.
That's so cool.
And then he just got it street legal this summer.
What? So what does the outside look like?
It's I have a picture on my phone. Let me
I'm
grab
gonna
it.
Google Factory 5. This is super sweet. I don't know anybody with a kit car.
It's beautiful. Came out really well.
Factory 5. Do I have to search like Factory 5 Mustang? Or Cobra or something?
Do Factory 5 Shelby Cobra.
Shelby.
Let me pull up my brother's.
Shelby Cobra for sale. Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Wouldn't it have been cheaper? Oh, that's so gorgeous.
Let me look up my brother's.
Oh, you. That's so pretty.
I have a really good picture of it on my phone. I just gotta find it.
Yeah, all I did is I went into Google and I just typed in factory and then number 5 and then I wrote Shelby. Holy crap. Those look like little, crap.
They're exact replicas of the 67 Shelby Cobras.
No shit.
Yeah.
That is super
It
cool.
was fiberglass.
Oh, this fifth one down, this silver one.
Yeah.
Oh, check that shit out.
Yep.
Oh.
My brother. Oh, here we go.
Oh, that's gorgeous. $51,000. You can kiss my ass.
This was $12,000 for just the body,
Oh my god.
and he got custom paint and everything.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then he's got a ST in the background there.
Yep.
I bet he does.
That's his ST.
I love it.
His wife has an ST too, and so he had
Am I
the
gonna
ST.
get a goddamn ST now? Because I was talking about that.
He sold his ST. When he got in an accident with his old F-150.
Oh.
And it
that's
was
right.
totaled.
Yeah.
He had a
It was a
deer,
Dodge,
huge fucking deer. It was F-150.
It was a Dodge.
No, it was a Ford. It was F-150.
It was a Dodge. You don't remember your joke?
Oh yeah, Dodge the father rammed the daughter.
Dodge the father.
So obviously, when my brother, he got in the accident, he sent us the pictures of it.
Yeah.
And my one brother, he sent in a group chat, and my one brother said, "How much is it going to cost you?" And immediately, with great training from my father, I shouted back, about $1.
Yeah, like a savage.
Yep.
Well, now you're pushing me to this because I've had 2 people on here who claim if I'm going to get a Mustang or something like that, I need to drop a Chevy in it. And I'm hitting the point right now where I was about to buy a Juke. And then I was like, maybe a Juke or a Countryman because I want a daily driver that's going to be nice so I can eventually buy a Mustang.
Yep.
But now I'm to the point where it's like I have so many bills that are stacking up and stuff like that. I just need a reliable, nice car. Maybe I'll just go back to the ST.
The ST's a great car. Drives real well. I can't fit in it. I'm too big. But
Too big.
No, I literally can't fit in the door of it. I can't go in my brother's. I couldn't go in my brother's ST.
I love it.
I couldn't fit in the
take the
passenger
seat out
door.
like Shaq.
I couldn't fit in the passenger door.
That's so crazy.
And it's like fit in the seat. And I couldn't do it.
How tall is your brother's?
My brother's 6 foot.
Oh, he's about as tall as I am.
He's 6 foot. But he's a smaller dude. He only weighs like probably $170. And then my brother Dan is 6'2", like 205. And then there's me, 6'5", 270.
So you ate someone in the womb, right?
Yes.
You absorb them.
Yeah.
That's your superpower, absorbing other fetuses.
Yep. They're both like these fast soccer players. And then there's me.
So you're Lenny and they're George.
Pretty
Or
much.
what's that? It's backwards. I'm sorry. You're George and they're Lenny.
Yes.
Damn it. I can't believe I dropped that reference.
References dropped. We've been doing that all night. But
Kiss my ass.
yep. So my oldest brother Matt, that's the one who
Yeah.
has a Mustang and everything. He's a sales engineer here in Victor. Lives
Super
in
cool.
Pittsford. And then my brother Dan is a sales engineer for Sonic Wall out in Buffalo. He lives out there,
That's cool.
right in downtown Buffalo.
So your whole family is like a successful family. Did you have like a lot of stuff pushing you when you're a kid? Like were your parents forcing you to do shit?
Well, not necessarily forcing us to do anything, but it was a very competitive household because, my older brothers and I were all athletic. We all played sports. We all played the same sports growing up. And, there was, a straight A household. Like, you got straight A's or you're grounded. And it's like, oh, your brother had this teacher and got an A in that class, and you got a B. Like,
my family is so backwards on that. My sisters were both A students. My brother and I were both C students.
Yeah.
But our family was super competitive, not physically, but mentally.
Yeah, mentally competitive.
Anything that required a mental or an acuity challenge, right up in line. That was our game.
Yeah. Well, everything in my house was, because it was, 3 boys.
Ours was to the next level where conversations became word battles.
Yeah, oh yeah, no,
you're parrying somebody's comment or word with a bigger, better, badder, more appropriate word.
Yeah, no, ours was sports-wise competitive always, because I was playing against my older brothers.
Yeah,
and I mean until 9th grade, they were bigger, faster, stronger than me, better in most sports than me.
So when did you pick up? What were your sports growing up? Like, did you play any collegiate sports?
So I played basketball and soccer. Growing up, soccer I stopped when I was like 12.
So 8th grade-ish.
Yeah, I think it was 6th grade when I stopped.
You're not 12 in 6th grade. So
whatever. I don't know. I don't know ages anymore. I'm an old man now. I'm an old 24-year-old man.
He goes, I'm 12 in 6th grade.
Whatever.
How many times you fail, bitch?
Actually, I was younger than everyone in my grade.
When's your birthday?
September.
Yeah, that's why I'm an October baby. So when I graduated high school, I was 17.
Yeah, I graduated at 17. Yeah. So I stopped when I was 6th or 7th grade. And then I switched to volleyball because I was tall as nobody's business. And I played volleyball all throughout high school. And when I was younger, I played like a million sports. Played like some football, some t-ball, some roller hockey, all that shit.
So what happened? You turned into high school. What happened?
High school, I played basketball and volleyball because I was tall.
Well, I'm surprised you didn't get into football or lacrosse or something like that.
I had 3 concussions in middle school.
Yeah, I know that feeling.
And you can't play in New York State after year 3rd. You can't play contact sports anymore.
You just lie to them and tell them you do. I've had too many concussions in my life, dude.
Well, in my school, they told me you can't play anymore. And my parents told me you're not playing football. So
yeah. My
uncles all played football, and they all had chronic injuries. And my parents like, you're not doing that.
So, okay, so your sports kind of career, you play volleyball. Obviously, is a very tall human being.
And basketball.
And basketball, obviously, is a very tall human being. So, convergence onto RIT. What happened when you went to RIT? So
I knew like my thing was the only way I'm going to play a sport in college if I can go D1 and get school paid for. Mm-hmm. And I was like, but I'm got into RIT early decision for engineering. I'm just going to do that. So I went and played intramural and club sports at RIT, and I played like every intramural sport. Every semester, every quarter, I was playing like 3 or 4 intramural sports. All my weeknights during the week, I was out playing intramural sports.
Were you on living on campus?
Yeah, I lived on campus for 1.5 years, and then I moved just off campus, like 5 minutes down the road. So.
As I said, that campus is so big. There's always that point where I'm like, oh my God, did you know blah, blah, blah? And then I'm like, wait.
No.
You're not even in the same part of the college, let alone part of the same club.
Yep.
So the chances that you would know, like all the breakdancers, I loved all the breakdancers, dude. I used to go and breakdance all the goddamn time.
Don't know any of them.
Same thing. But that's the same.
It's such a big school.
Campus is so big.
Yep.
Because my college campus might have been 3,000 kids.
Oh God!
Might have been 3,000. I don't think it was anywhere near close to that. I think just on-campus residency was like 1,200, and off-campus might have been 6 to 8.
I think ours was like 20,000.
So I'm saying it's probably honestly even closer to 2 or 2.5. It's a small camp. Like just my dorm alone probably had less than 70 kids in it. The dorm next door might have had a bit over 100.
More than 70 kids.
That's what I'm saying.
Old private school. I think it's like 20,000 is RIT right now.
It's huge.
Yep.
That's a fucking community, dude.
It's like a city.
They better have like a gas station and a community store, like a convenience store built right in. Like it just needs to be right there.
Yep.
Barnes and Nobles doesn't count, bitch.
No, they have a gas station right across. It's like 3 right across the street.
There's like 6 of them. Yeah, there's literally one right on property. The Hess.
They have a lot of like restaurants and stuff on campus, and they have 1 bar on campus, even though it's a dry campus.
Are you talking about Hooligans?
Salsaritas.
Isn't TC's right there?
Yeah, but it's not technically on campus.
Oh, because it's part of like Park Point or something like that. Yeah.
So it's not part of the campus.
Did you ever take the walk down to the old not McGregor's? What was behind McGregor's? So McGregor's is on J Road. There was like a road you could walk down, and there was another bar down there. It looked like a White House.
Yeah, no. God, I live right across. Why can I not think of it right now? I went there all the time. Oh my God, someone at RT is going to kill me right now. Why can't I not? It was literally, I live right across the river from it, and I went there all the time.
I tried to go there like 3 times when I was a drinker, and every time I went, it was closed because they had like really weird hours when I used to try to go.
Why can't I think of the goddamn name?
Salvadores.
I went there literally so many times.
My older sister would know. She's the one who told me about it. So I was like, I'm gonna go there. It'd be cool, like a little niche spot.
I'm blanking so hard right now. I went there so many times.
When I used to go out, we used to go to Mackenzie's or we'd go to Anchor Park.
Yeah, Mackenzie's, yep.
I loved Mackenzie's.
Yep.
That's now a sushi bar.
Yep. It didn't shut down that long ago.
It's 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah, because I was still there when it was going on.
One of my buddies, he told me it shut down. I used to go to Woody's as well.
Yep.
One of my buddies, he knew the owner.
Yep. But
No.
I went to RIT for mechanical engineering, and I just played all the intramural sports. Last I checked, I think I'm like the winningest intramural athlete in RIT history.
Do they track that?
No, but I did.
So
But who else won 18 intramural championships?
you're so silly. I love it. That's so cool. So not only did you graduate with a degree in mechanical fucking engineering, but
Yep.
you're an intramurals champion.
Yep, multiple times. And then
That's crazy.
yeah, I had a lot of fun there. I love the school. It's a really interesting place. Everyone there's super nice.
Yeah.
The gym there's awesome. The RT gym.
Oh yeah, the gym is nice. They got that indoor track. They've got the whole new
whole
weight
field
system.
house,
They've got the dance studio
the
downstairs. They got the
two-story
cricket
gym.
rooms and shit like that. They
The
got
2-story massive gym that has anything you could ever think of.
Oh yeah,
It's-
you don't need to worry about anything in that
Everyone
gym.
in the gym is super nice there too. Like it was, like right when I got to college, I was like, I'm going to the gym 5 days a week, whatever. And like it's from the first day I was there, everyone's super nice, and then you just want to keep going there. Like it's not a chore to go to the gym because that's where your friends are.
Yeah.
Everyone's super nice. Gives you a break from all the freaking work, being up till 2 a.m. every night doing homework.
Yeah. That's the hard part.
Yeah.
I'd say the gym in my school was a little more run down. It looked like it at one point might have been like a teacher's office or something like that.
Yeah. Nope.
And they converted that, and then they converted the upstairs or
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah, the RT gym is still the best gym I've ever been to. The best.
Yeah, they
like,
got a pretty elevated gym. You ever been to Midtown?
I have. For lifting, the RT gym is better.
For lifting, yeah. No,
For Midtown, they have more shit there and whatnot.
I'm gonna probably check out Samson's soon because I heard if you want to lift, Samson's is where you want to go.
That's where you want to go, yeah.
Yeah, because it's not that much further. It's probably about the same distance for me as it is from World's Gym to my house as it is to there.
Yeah.
And it's about the same price.
Yeah.
And they've got drop pads, they've got racks, they've got a ton of machines that they don't have at the other gym. Like they've got the decline hammer strength press,
Yep.
they've got the reverse grip pull down.
There you go.
They've got the V squat.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they've got a ton of, and they got like a seated hack squat sort of thing.
Yep.
Like they got a ton of equipment there that's like super old school bodybuilder style stuff,
Yep.
but it's like
Yeah, I'm locked in the world until the summer, and then my 2-year membership is up. And
I don't even know what I did. All I know is that I paid like $20 one time, and then every month they pull out $20 for my shit.
You pay $20 a month?
But I get to bring guests.
Oh.
I get to bring guests. I get discount on smoothies and products and T-shirts and shit like that.
I think mine is 12.
I get discounts on a ton of shit. Is someone there?
housekeeping?
I kept thinking someone was knocking on the door.
Might just be one of the dogos.
Yeah, it could be. Probably like a tail smacking into a door or something like that.
Yep.
The dojos.
Yep. The doges.
So do your parents kind of look, does your mom kind of frown that you're playing rugby as a contact sport?
Oh, yeah. My dad loves it because he knows about rugby. He watched it. I think he had some friends who played it back in the day. So
Yeah.
he came out to a game. This is the first game of mine he came to this fall, and he knew, like, he knows what's going on. He knows all the positions and whatnot. So he enjoyed himself. But my mom was like, "I'm never coming to one of your games."
Oh, that's super sad. What? So you said that your mom would like cut the tattoo off your arm. Why is she so like convicted to this?
Because her brothers she had older brother or younger brothers who all played football and contact sports, and they all have like long time injuries and
I'm talking about the tattoo,
have to have.
baby.
My mom is like super old school conservative, like no tattoos. If I drive a motorcycle and she sees me, she's gonna hit me with her car. Like,
I hope she does.
I know, right?
That would be like the greatest story
I
ever.
want to have a motorcycle, but I don't have the balance to do that.
Yeah, in my family, I'm the last child to get a tattoo, but I'm the first child to go like super hardcore and do it.
And do like a whole sleeve.
Yeah, like my brother got something on the inside of his bicep. It's some saying from a book.
Yep.
He got that like 2 years ago. My older sister's been getting tattoos since she was 18. She got like a flower. She got a Playboy symbol. She got a bunch of other shit. And now she's getting this Wizard of Oz sleeve.
Ooh.
So she's been getting tattoos for 12 years.
Yeah.
My little sister has, I think, 3 tattoos or something like that. She might have 4. I can't remember. But and then, I think she got her first tattoo when she was 18. She's 25, I think it is. So she's been getting tattoos for 8 years.
Yep.
So I'm the last one to get a tattoo, and my first tattoo was a goddamn sleeve. Mm-hmm. Like, I have no brakes.
Go in balls deep.
No fucking brakes on this train, man. I just try to keep it on the tracks.
Yep. Yeah. No, my mom super old school. My grandparents like super old school and stuff.
That's super sad. Like, if you were gonna get a tattoo, what do you think you'd get?
I don't even know.
Let's put it this way. I have a chart in my phone of things.
I'd get a sleeve, but I don't know what I'd put. Like, I'd have to think about it a lot.
I've been working on my list since I was 16.
See, I don't have any want to get one really. Like, it's just not like I like people's tattoos. I like seeing them. They like, a lot of them look really cool. I'm like into the art and all that stuff, but I have no real want to have one.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I'm not like the douchebag who gets like a symbol or something on there and they're like, it's so much bigger than you think. It's like, bitch, I got superheroes on my goddamn
That Chinese
arm.
symbol actually means I suck dick for money.
Yeah. Oh, you look at it fucking sideways.
It means peace and serenity. No, it doesn't, bitch.
No, for me, it was all about, like, here's what I am. That's what it is. It's not, here's my interest, here's my shit. This is what I am. I'm fucking superhero nerdy. I love gorillas. I love wolves.
I'm gonna get this motivational Bible verse under my boob and then screw 10 random guys this week.
And then they're reading it as they're doing it. Yeah. They're like, praise be unto him, the one who saves us. And she's like, tell it, baby, tell it. Yeah, no. Corinthians 3. I'm so sorry.
No, but that's like, people like, well, they're like, you know, I have like, who was it? I'm trying to remember. I've like someone I know who got like a Bible verse, and I'm like, have you ever been to church in your life?
Yeah.
But it's just, people are stupid and they're like, oh, it looks cool, I like what it says.
Or it's like the spur of the moment sort of thing. It's like, yo, I got the tattoo. I'm like, you're a fucking moron, dude. Get something that has meaning.
Yeah.
Like,
just be like, oh, I want to go get a tattoo. Oh yeah, that's cool. Like, no, it's gonna be on your body for the rest of your life.
Yeah. And I mean, this is to the point where I've wanted tattoos for fucking 12 years and I haven't gotten them yet. It's like, finally, let's just do this.
I appreciate them, but I don't think I'd ever get one.
You're like my dad. My dad's the same way. He's like, it's just gonna look bad. I go, you're looking at the negatives of it.
It's not that it would look bad. It's just, I don't have any want to get one, but I think they're cool. Like, that looks awesome.
So far, yeah.
It's going to look so good when it's done. I can't wait.
What's sad is I'm already thinking about my next tattoos.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Like, people like who actually get, like, it's not like sperm, like people who plan on, and then they get their first one. They're like, now, like, or they're planning on getting all these other ones.
Well, the girl I'm going to is still pretty green, so this is going to be the biggest piece she's ever done, and it's one of those like, this is going to be one of her biggest portfolio things.
Yeah.
So I'm getting a decent deal to do it at this while I'm supporting her.
Yeah.
And she's really good at what she does, like with the cartoons.
And it means a lot more to her.
Yeah, exactly.
It means a lot more to her, so she's going to take the time to make sure everything's perfect.
Yeah, I mean, we've done 4 or 5 sessions already. I got another one this Friday, and then I'll go back.
What you have done already looks great. So.
Yeah. Well, they got to fill the gap in the arm, which not going to be able to happen this time. The gap in the arm and on the elbow.
So they got
backside of the tricep. Just a tiny bit, but look at how we laid it over. Like, once this swelling goes down, this is going to blend really well, and all it's going to take is one little line right there to bring that together. And then the shading, you're not even going to fucking notice this.
Yep.
And then I'll have the session for the shoulder, I'll have the session for the upper back, and then she'll start shading in the whole thing. So I got like 3 or 4 more sessions for just outlines.
And then start coloring.
Just start mashing in the color. And the nice thing about the color is, too, there's no outline needed, so she doesn't have to stencil shit. She just starts going, grabbing colors and start fucking mashing it in there, dude.
Yep, that looks awesome.
So I'm excited about it. I think by the time I'm done, I'll have probably 20 hours in.
Yeah.
Maybe a little more.
And then you got it for the rest of your life.
Yeah, and then I'll get the next one. The wife already wants to go back and get another one. I was like, go, baby. She's like, we have all these bills, and Penny needs surgery, and your surgery. I got lucky. My surgery is only going to cost a little bit over $3,000.
That's not bad.
After everything. For the X-ray, the MRI, the emergency room visit, the surgery, the meds, everything like that. I think we have the number at like $3,300.
Freaking, so I had a baby tooth that didn't have an adult tooth.
Yeah, I got that right here.
The implant they want to do is going to be like 4.5 G's.
Whoa.
I was like, hell no.
$1,800 to get my wisdom teeth out. I told them to pound rocks.
Yeah. I'm like, you can't see it. It's not any functional difference. I'll just have a hole in my mouth for the rest of my life. I don't care.
No, I've still got the baby tooth.
Oh, mine fell out, so I just got a hole.
Yours came out?
Yeah, I got a gap there, but
is it fucking weird when you chew?
Bubble
gum, you're like, damn it.
No, not really. It's in a weird spot, so.
Yeah.
But, like, how much money and you have to do what? Yeah, nope.
And the worst part is they don't do it in one sitting. You know what they do?
You'd have to do that and then go back 6 months later and do it again.
Yeah, so they drill down and then they core it.
Yep.
And then your body has to heal around the implant, and then they install the implant.
Yep.
Like, are you kidding me? There has to be a better way.
Yeah, nope. I was like, yeah, nope, screw that. The guy I went to was real nice though, because he's like, don't do it. He's like, don't do it. He's like, a waste of money.
As long as you keep your gums clean, you're fine. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, that's when I went for this. They were like, okay, so here's your two options. You have knocked out, and then you have just general anesthesia.
Yep.
And like the difference in price, it's like it's like $1,800 for just general anesthesia, or $600 for the other one. Yeah. She's like, it's an in and out 40-minute procedure, blah blah. And I'm thinking, anesthesia. It's like, you better knock. If I'm gonna do this, you're gonna knock me the shit out, because somebody's gonna be taking a hammer and a chisel in my face.
Yeah.
Like, fuck that. I am not going to be able, like, no, I'm, and then, like, she told me the prices, and I was like, okay, I got to go home, and I got to just make sure she's like, okay, we can book it right now, though, blah, 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 and I was like, yeah, can I get your card? Like, she instantly knew. She's like, this fucking kid. It's like, bitch, you ain't going to charge me that much money. I have dental insurance. Yeah. This should be covered, because it's not my fault they're impacted.
Yep.
What gets shitty though is sometimes
fault, Kyle.
Sometimes they'll come in a little bit and they'll push a little more, and then I'll lose. Like,
I had all 4 of mine out in one go.
I should have done it when I was like 18, because I was under my parents.
I was 20,
but I should have done it when I was a child.
Yeah.
It didn't help that I didn't go to the dentist for 10 years.
Oh yeah, that also, yeah.
And I came back with no cavities.
Oh fuck, I have like a cavity for 2 years.
Boom.
But now I don't eat sugar anymore, so I probably won't have any of those.
Because of that keto shit.
That's every time I need to cut. That's what I do. It works every time. I don't have any problem adhering to it.
That's what I was telling the wife. I was like, I'm just gonna do keto for 28 straight days.
Yeah.
And then just go back to normal. Like, cut down to 220, because this gives me no reason to want to cut. This also gives me no reason to want to bulk. So why not just maintain and just do shit?
Yep.
Because I'm not going to be back to normal for like 6 months, which means I won't be back to normal by June. And by that point, I don't give a shit. I'm just going to start fucking doing stuff. Like, I don't care.
Yep. Yeah, no, I love it. It's easy to adhere to.
What kind of keto? Like, what's your diet consist of when you do keto? Because mine is pretty fats oriented. Like, I literally eat butter and coconut.
70% of your calories come from fat, 25% from protein, 5% from carbs.
Yeah, you're a little off from me. I'm 80-20. I don't touch a goddamn carb.
Well, you're gonna get carbs from vegetables.
I'm getting like those are free those are free carbs. Anything green is free.
My net carbs is like 20 grams a day.
Yeah, so it's abysmal. It doesn't even count for 5%.
Well, no, like at the end of the day, because of how calorie dense they are, it comes out to like 5%.
Yeah, usually probably doing like broccoli and spinach and stuff.
Yeah, spinach, kale, Swiss chard. There's some in the sausage that I go with, because it's not just like pure fat and protein. There's like 3 net grams of carbs in the sausage.
So what do you do for your fats and your protein?
So for that, I do like fatty cuts of meat, chicken thighs, steak, ground beef.
I totally forgot about chicken thighs. Holy shit.
Yeah, their chicken breast is very lean, but chicken thighs are really fatty.
Yeah, they're super fatty.
Super 99 cents a pound.
Yeah, they are.
That's right, motherfucker.
I'll have to add that this year. Damn.
Yeah, so I cook up a shit ton of those. So usually like a typical day will be, there's 2 different ways I do it. So right now I have 3 meals a day with a snack. So I'll do, my breakfast is 5 eggs cooked in butter with cheese, and I throw like hot sauce on it.
Dirty girl. And
then for lunch I make the same salad every day. I just switch to the protein in it. So it's spinach, kale, Swiss chard, a whole avocado, a little bit of ranch, and then a little bit of like oil thrown in there.
That's one of the nice things about ranch and blue cheese is it's all fat, dude. Who gives a shit?
Yep. And then I'll have a protein with it. So I'll either have 2 chicken thighs, I'll have a serving of ground beef, or I'll have some like steak or pork, something along those lines. Yeah. And then usually either at 11 or at 2, I'll have 2 servings of macadamia nuts, because I love macadamia nuts. Fucking delicious.
They make you macadamia nuts.
Super high in fat too.
Oh yeah.
Really high in fat.
That's the hard thing with a lot of those nuts too. Is some of them are just super carby.
Yeah, no. Macadamia nuts and almonds, super high in fats. Almonds have a little bit more protein and are a little bit like lower in calories.
Almonds have 1 more gram of fat than peanuts.
Yeah.
And they have the same carbs and same protein split.
Yeah.
But people are like, don't eat peanuts on keto. I'm like, fuck you, I'm eating peanut butter, bitch.
Macadamia nuts are perfect. They have way more fat.
Yeah.
A little bit less protein, no carbs, but they're more calorie dense. So you just got to watch. You can't have too many of your calories from the skyrocket. And then for dinner, it'll be like some days if I am low on protein, I'll have protein shake. And if not, it'll be another form of protein, usually like cheese or butter or coconut oil or something for some fats. And then I'll do either like the same type of like salad I had with my lunch, or I'll have like broccoli or some other like green vegetable like that, and it's really easy to follow.
Super easy, yeah.
Like, I don't really eat bread or pasta much anyways, so that's not like an issue. I miss pizza so much.
Do you cheat?
If I cheat calorie-wise. I don't cheat carbs.
Oh, so you just fill up on meat and shit.
Yeah.
You go like a savage to like the Brazilian
make like a fucking
steakhouse.
pack of bacon and eat that.
Oh, you bitch.
Chicken wings. Salt and pepper chicken wings. Boom.
I always forget about chicken wings.
Because you gotta be careful with the sauces. So you can have normal buffalo sauce, because it's just hot sauce, reduced down.
But you can't have like the sweet honey or something like that.
No, you can't have any of those.
I wish I could drink like a gallon of milk on keto.
And then a lot of places like garlic parm, they always say is good, but they add sugar to a lot of that sauce. So
enhances the flavor, yeah.
Yeah. So usually the normal buffalo sauces are fine, and then if you call up a place and just say, "Can you dry rub it with salt and pepper?" they'll do it.
No shit.
Yep. Because that's super simple for them.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it this year because I'm gonna literally go 28 straight days.
Yeah.
Because I didn't do that last time. I just did 6 on, 1 off, 6 on, 1 off, and it worked. It did what it needed to do.
I did 7 months last year.
I know, you're a savage, dude. Did you? I learned so many delightful keto desserts.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. I make fat bombs.
I was making keto tiramisu.
Yep. I made
keto ice cream.
So I have like a rubber tray, and you reduce down coconut oil and protein powder. And
you reduce it down. I don't do that.
Yeah.
I take coconut oil, butter, and cocoa powder, and then I put Splenda in there, and I mix that bitch up, and then I just throw it right in the tray.
So I'll heat and reduce down coconut oil, and sometimes I'll throw in butter too. Throw in 1 scoop of protein powder, and then a handful of macadamia nuts.
Oh, that's delightful.
And then you pour it out into the tray, freeze it. You got little fat bombs.
You put those in your coffee or anything like that?
No, I just drink coffee black.
That's how I get a lot of my calories when I do keto.
Is through fats and stuff in the coffee.
Yeah, I throw butter and coconut oil.
Bulletproof coffee.
Bulletproof coffee. No, I just
is.
drink my goddamn calories.
Yeah, I try doing that for a little bit, but too much dairy, like too much cream like that upsets my stomach and my digestion.
I literally do a splash of creamer, but it's mostly the fats.
Yeah, yep. So I've done that. This is my 3rd or 4th time doing it now. I did it in college once, cut like 35 pounds in no time.
It works, dude. You just got to get over the keto flu, or you got to get your...
That's the first time it was like 2 weeks. The second time it was like 10 days.
Yeah.
This time it was 3 days.
I literally circumvent it. I just buy potassium.
Yeah,
and I salt the shit out of my food.
So the big thing that I started the last time I did it, it was like February to September, was bone broth. I drink a couple bone broth. Yeah, that's what
I kept forgetting about that last time, was do the bone broth.
Yep. That makes the biggest difference in the world.
Because you get all those micronutrients.
Yep. So
and you can buy the bone broth for like $1 for a quart, and you just drink the whole goddamn thing. Who cares?
You make your own for like 50 cents. It's super cheap. What you do is you go to Wegmans, you go to a butcher shop, and you say, "Hey, those bones you're throwing away, give them to me." And they say, "Sure, take them off our hands."
They'll really just give them to you?
They'll just give you the bones.
Huh.
And then you just make a simple vegetable stock broth.
Yeah.
Have the bones sitting there for...
It's kind of how I do pho.
A couple days. And then bone broth. 50 cents.
Oh, shit.
And you have a shit ton of them.
I'm surprised Wegmans would be so willing to do that.
Yeah. You just go up to the butcher there and say, "Hey, give me all your
the bones."
Yeah, you can say, yeah, the beef ones or pork or chicken. Like, they have all these extra bones there lying around that they're just gonna toss out. Just give them to you in a bag.
You'd think they'd just be throwing them away as they're doing it, though.
But they usually, like, because they have so much, they'll usually like, throw it. Like, they won't throw it away. They'll have it in like an area off to the side, and then they throw it away at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But if you go in, and they'll usually have like enough for like a whole bag full.
Oh shit!
And then they just give it to you.
My dumb ass was going to the Asian store and buying them.
Oh, that too, yeah. Oh, buying the bones?
Yeah, because they don't hand them to you. In the Asian store, everything is for sale.
Wegmans, and then I went to a few different butcher shops, and they all just gave me the bone.
That's cool.
For free.
I'll have to do that for next time.
Yeah. Yep. What was it? What was the meat market in Henrietta? Skips, yeah.
Skips on the Ridge.
They're awesome.
Skips is super good. He's been there for so long.
Yep. I also really like, it's a little pricey, but the new one downtown here, it's been around for like a year and a half. McCann's.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep, they're real good too.
Well, that was one of the things I was going to do for keto, was I was going to get liver.
Ooh,
I was going to get liver and kidneys.
Yeah. Liver,
because they're super duper high in protein and nutrients.
Yep.
And I called the butcher shop. Well, this is when I lived in Florida. I called the butcher shop. I was like, "How much does it cost for liver?" And they're like, "It's $2.99 a pound." I was like, $2.99 a pound? I was like, "You don't even sell it on the fucking front end." They go, "Well, we have to make sure we pull it to the side and special." And I was like, "No. you're gonna go through it anyway.
Yeah,
I
you're gonna
just
toss
fucking want it.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm super stoked that CJ's like, when I go hunting, he goes, I'll bring you the heart. He goes, I'll
So
bring you the
my-
liver, and I'll bring you the kidneys.
My roommate
He's
Corey.
gonna make some jambalaya, bitch.
My roommate Corey has his own property, and they kill a lot of deer there every year. They hunt and they kill a lot of deer. We have an entire meat freezer of venison at my house, at like my house here downtown.
Super lean though, so you gotta butter that shit up, yeah.
So what I get ground venison from him, and I mix in half pound. Like every time I do a half pound of ground venison, half pound ground beef.
That's cool. That's good.
Yep, and
good eats too.
they cook really well together, and the
Do you use
ground
80-20?
beef. Yeah, and the ground beef cuts away a lot of the gamey taste from venison.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like there you get like the fats from the 80-20 ground beef, and then the super lean proteins, and like wild game. I don't care what anyone says. Wild game is one of the healthiest things you can eat.
Especially in this country.
One of the most nutritious things you can put in your body. Everyone's talking about, meats are bad for you, cause cancer. That's just the heavy processed stuff. Wild game is one of the best, most nutritional things you can put in your body.
Yeah, if my wife was a little more receptive to the hunting thing, I would take up archery again, and I'd go hunting with Chris.
Yep.
I would totally go archery and see if I could pick something up.
Fucking delicious.
I would hunt anything.
Yeah.
I would just love to go experience a hunt.
Yeah.
I don't even have to hunt. I just want to experience like elk hunt or something like
It's
that.
like the game.
Just being a part of
and
that
it
shit.
means more to you when you go out there and you hunt
appreciate
it.
that bitch.
You kill like I had to stalk. I had to sit in that goddamn tree stand all day. I missed 2 other fucking deer beforehand. I finally got that one after sitting out there
That's
all
what I was
day.
saying. It'd be so cool if like I could get CJ to live stream or just like
Yeah.
record his shit.
Yeah.
Like get a GoPro and plug it onto his fucking vest or something like that. Like
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
just be part of that experience. Cut it down to the important parts and stuff like that. The transverse dialogue. Because when you're out there, you get in your head. Like when I used to go running a lot, I would get in my own head to just.
Everyone's like, "Oh, you gotta run a clear head." When I'm running, I'm like, "Fuck this, fuck this, fuck this, fuck this."
Everything else
Gotta
kind
get
of
over this
goes
hill.
away.
Gotta get over this hill. Okay, we're going downhill. That's great. Yay. Oh fuck, there's another one. God damn.
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
How much time do I have left? How much farther
I
do I have
just
to
left
go?
my house. Shit. I should just go back. I should just go back.
Yeah.
No, I agree with that 110%. You gotta be in it for running. It's gotta be one
That's
of
not
those.
my thing. Long distance was never my thing. Sprint's really good at.
I would rather pick up a weight and do like a ton of reps with
Well,
it.
with cardio, my thing, I would rather play a sport.
That too, yeah.
Like rugby really is my only form of cardio other than like warm ups and cool downs at the gym. I don't go out and run anymore just because I don't like it.
No.
It's not fun for me.
No, I'll
I
do a
don't
stair
enjoy it.
stepper.
I don't enjoy it at all. Like I'm not gonna go out and do something I don't want to do because then I'm just gonna stop after like 2 weeks.
I like making myself uncomfortable though. Like,
Well,
have you
you
ever
can make
picked-
yourself
have you ever
uncomfortable in the
deadlifted
gym.
405 for 25 or 30 reps?
Oh yeah, you just sit there, you do like a few at a
And
time,
just keep
and
chugging them out.
doing it, yeah.
That's one of the reasons I love the 5 minutes of hell for the squats. Is it's
Yeah.
not a lot of weight,
But-
but you're holding the weight for 5 minutes, and
that
you're
causes growth.
And if you fucking put it down, you
Yeah.
failed
So,
yourself.
like-
And some people are so easily failable. You're like,
Yeah.
oh, whatever, it's not big. It's like, no, that just showed who you are. That's your character. Keep the weight and get the 100.
Yeah.
Get
But
the
with-
goddamn 100.
I don't know, long distance running for me feels a lot different. Like the entire time I'm just like, why the fuck am I doing this?
I used to do a lot of long distance running. I was a cross country runner.
Yeah, so not my thing, but like sports, like I'll go play basketball for an hour and I'll like get way sweatier than just running.
Yeah, and then when you're in the car on the way home, your dopamine's kind of flushing, and then you're just thinking and you're
Yep.
reflecting and stuff like. So you use that kind of as your building time.
Or like rugby, go play fucking touch football, something like that. I'd way rather do that than
Yeah, it's that
just
whole
go out and
after the
run
whole
for-
thing, dude. I love it.
Just go out and run for a few miles because after that I get back, I'm like, that was fucking miserable.
I would rather go on a hike than go on a run.
Oh,
and when I mean a hike, I don't mean
million
like we're
times.
going through a flat fucking area.
No,
I mean
we're
like,
going fucking
hey,
mountains.
yeah, there's some place we're gonna go climb. Like, let's get to the top.
I
of
would
this
do
bitch.
that. Yeah, I would definitely do that over long distance running because long distance running is.
I want to go
boring
climb
as fuck.
Katahdin again. No one wants to go with me. I'm trying to get a couple guys to go because I would like to go to Maine again. But one of the things I want to do is if I step back foot in Maine, I'm going to climb Katahdin. 3.1 miles that way.
That way. I did. What was the coolest one I did? The main mountain on St. Thomas in U.S. Virgin Islands there.
Oh shit!
It's not that like higher, that difficult, but there's a lot of like cool history on the trail, and then you come out in this like private cove that like you would never see from anywhere. It's just beautiful waters, like just beautiful scenery there. You get to see all these old like rum factories from making like rum back in the islands for years and years and years.
Yeah.
You're going through the dense freaking jungle, going up and down a big mountain there. It's really cool, but I don't do as much. on the hiking. But
you gotta build me up to that shit. You gotta be like, you're doing this once every decade. Like, just get it done with, man.
Yeah. Yep.
And you go with a purpose.
Oh yeah.
Because that's like, so like I was thinking about it. So I was like, I want to go to California. I'd love to climb out there or something like that. But it's one of those like, am I more afraid of motherfucking killers with claws and fangs and shit?
Snakes and shit.
Or what about a big brown thing that rolls through and goes?
I don't fuck with snakes.
I don't fuck with snakes either. But it's like you go climb in California, mountain lions, tigers,
Brown
snakes.
Bears, or what bears?
Up here it's brown bears.
Brown bears. Oh,
well, we get bears, like bears and coyotes up here. Some wolves. Like, what are you more afraid of? Would you rather get ganked by a fucking cat, or would you rather get mauled by a goddamn bear? Because there's a possibility.
Well, if a bear rolled up on me, he'd just think I'm one of his boys.
He's like, Bigfoot, where you been?
Yeah.
It's been like 17 generations, man. We miss you over here. Come home. Come on.
They'd be like, that motherfucker's big.
How did you get out of the city, bruh?
Yeah.
How did you break that mold? You ain't statistic, dog.
There's like a gang of bears, and they're just like, oh, fuck, that's Tim. You don't fuck with him.
That's Big Tim, nigga.
Yeah.
Like, yo, dragging your knuckles or something. Being like,
motherfuckers.
Yeah, but imagine if that's how what they rolled up on you, and they're just like, Tim, come home, man. We miss you.
Yeah, we miss you, dog.
We miss you, man.
The coyotes are just... What's bracking, my fools?
The coyotes are just like, keep that bitch out of here. Yeah. Keep him out of here. Yeah. You can't come home, man.
Go back to my turf.
Go back to my turf. Would you have a cave, or would you just have a tree fort?
That's tough. Cause I wouldn't be in a cave because you're just like, I don't know, it's like dark and you're just like kind of like chilling out in this like weird ass cave, like a tree. You'd have like vantage.
Yeah.
But the good thing with the cave, it's easily defensible, but it's hard to escape or a tree. Well, same with a tree.
All you gotta do is throw a firebomb in there for you, bitch. Bombs away.
Well, if you're in the goddamn cave, you gotta get out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I just gotta throw a firebomb in there. Shit. Do you watch that Primitive Technologies, guys?
Yes.
That dude is legit.
That dude's fucking sweet.
I want to know how he learned it all, and like, because I know he said that like he owns these plots of land.
Yeah.
And he just bought a new one, and that's what he does is he explores them and he does this. It's like, A, why the hell did you start doing this? B, where the hell did you learn all this? And C, are you making money doing this yet or no?
I think you know what you need to do here, Kyle.
Oh God, I don't even know where the guy lives. But that's like, that guy spent so much time. Like,
it's fucking sweet.
The one where he built the shingled roof.
Yes.
Because you know that took days and
days. It up, but that took for fucking ever.
Yeah, because you look at how many tiles there's easily like 200 to 300 tiles, and he can only cook like 15 of them. He can only cook them like 15, 20 at a time.
Yeah.
So figure you're doing that, and every time you do it, you gotta boost the kiln, you gotta burn the kiln up, you gotta fill it up.
You gotta wait for it to heat up.
It's gotta get to heat, and then you gotta throw them in there, and you gotta wait, and you're gonna probably wait like 6 to 8 hours, and then you gotta wait for it to cool down for another 6 to 8 hours before you can pull them out. Otherwise, they're fragile, and you're looking at a day every time you fire them.
Yep.
It just like.
Who's got the time?
Yeah. The only thing I can assume is he's working on either multiple projects or he doesn't work. Or maybe he's like, all right, I'm going to go do some tiles today. And he just like goes in the middle of the wilderness for like 3 hours and does some tiles.
Yeah, he probably does. Like,
because he never films when it's raining. You ever notice that? It's never raining.
There's never inclement weather.
There's so much green where he is. There has to be rain. But he never films it. And he's got a place where he's got a lot of clay too. I noticed that. Like his ground is extremely clay.
Very advantageous.
But that's not good for growing shit.
No.
So like his place isn't just full of clay, but he's got really good soil.
Yeah. Who knows?
And I mean, he does all this shit barefoot in cargo shorts. Like, you're a savage, man. Like, put some shoes on, get a t-shirt. And he never has a tan either.
Yeah, no.
Never has a tan either.
White as shit.
It's like, yo, do you go out there for like 2 hours or something like that, or 3 hours every day?
If he's in the brush and all that, like in the woods and all that and shit, there's not a whole lot of sunlight.
Well, it'd be interesting to see him do a winter one. Because wherever he is, I'm pretty sure wherever he is in the States.
Yeah.
And even if he's in like the southern states or something, even in Canada, it's cold as shit, dude. And he's putting out videos all year round.
Yeah. Maybe in like the freaking Carolinas or something.
What if he was like an office jockey, okay? And he's sitting there the one day and he's typing away, plugging in data and shit like that.
He's just like, fuck this.
And he's like, I got 3 weeks paid vacation coming up. I'm gonna go somewhere. And he doesn't know where he's going. He just goes somewhere to the woods. And he's like takes a swim and he puts trousers on and goes for a walk and he's like, And then he starts digging a hole and then he's like, oh look, there's clay here. Yeah, I could probably build a shelter here. Like didn't know how to do it or something. He's like, I knock some of these tree downs. Hey, I'm gonna try to do this without any real tools. And he's like, I need a rock to get a rock. I'm gonna need this rock so I can break this rock so I got an axe. And then I'm gonna carve a hole. I'm gonna shove that thing in. I'm gonna fucking cut this tree down. Look at this. I need some twine or something like that.
2 days later.
Yeah. Like the dude is coming out from Bikini Bottom or something like that, and he's just got this shelter, and he's like, let me do that again. Let me record that. Let me see what I can do. Like, and you're just like, dude, you just spent 3 weeks in the fucking wilderness and built 4 houses for pygmies. Like, who are you? And he gets back home. He goes to work. He's typing away the computer, and they're like, your TPS reports are late. Blah blah blah. And he's like, fuck you
TPS
guys.
Reports.
I'm leaving.
I'm gonna make
what are you
YouTube
gonna go
money.
do? I'm gonna go live in the woods.
Make YouTube money.
I wonder if he lives in those houses or he rents them out. Yo, I bet you people would rent those fucking places out.
Oh yeah.
There's some dummies who'd be like,
dumb fucks.
yo, $100 a night, man. I'll totally live in that. I would totally rent that house, man. There you go, $100 a night, man.
There you go.
Dude, the guy's got a business right there. Oh shit.
And the world zombie apocalypse comes to the first dude I'm fucking finding.
Well, that's like there's these little joints out there in the Adirondacks. They're like, it's a bed with a sink, a toilet with a drape that goes around it, and then it's got like a small like library of books and board games and stuff like that. And it's probably, I would say, a third the size of this room. And then outside there's like a space heater inside, and then or like a radiator sort of dealio. And then outside there's a fire pit. And people rent those for like $150, $200 a night. Like the wife found these places.
Never fucking find them if you're just
no, because they're so far away. Like the closest one is like I think they're half a mile away from each other or a quarter mile away from each other. So unless you know what way you're going, you're not going to come upon them. And the guys who do them, they're trying to get more money to get more of them because apparently people love unplugging like me. But my wife found these places near Ithaca, and they're little cabins. They're 1-room cabins with a bathroom, and then they're probably about twice the size of this room here.
Oh, not bad.
And then they got a bed, they got a couch, they got like a little sitting area, they got a table, they got an indoor fireplace, they got an outdoor fireplace, and then they have a hot tub at the back, and they're pet friendly.
Can I get a hot tub?
And they're like $150 a night. I was like, where the hell have these places been? Like, I would totally fucking go there for like 2-3 days, unplug, jacuzzi 3 times a day,
just weekend, chill out,
make a bunch of fucking fires, have some food, play some board games or some shit. Like, God, I just want to get away. Because we went to Barbados, and the wife and I both agreed we're like, that really wasn't a vacation.
Because you guys were in the shit the whole time.
Yeah, we were in the shit. We had to bail ourselves out while we were on vacation because it was flooding. We had that storm for 3 days. That was the worst part because we couldn't go swimming for 4 days because of that fucking storm, dude. It was coming in, we couldn't go swimming. Then we got yelled at for swimming, and then we had to wait 2 or 3 days for the debris to clear.
Yep.
And in that time, we couldn't go anywhere, dude.
Yeah.
That was just one of those like, God damn, man. And we spent so much money on that trip.
I know.
They didn't even give us a fucking deal. And then our AC went out.
Yeah, I remember.
And then the last day, they put a brand new one in, like state of the art. You're like and our TV was like a third the size. So the only thing I could do was stay inside and watch TV.
And it was tiny.
Yeah, it was probably like that big.
Yep.
I'm like,
motherfucker.
Like, seriously, bitch?
Motherfucker.
We give you $100 American a night. That's $200 to you people.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money.
Well, now they're all fucking hurting because of the hurricanes.
Yeah, not necessarily Barbados. They don't really get hit by it because they're so far away.
Yeah.
But all those other places, they've been getting shit on for so long, dude.
Puerto Rico's fucked.
Puerto Rico is shit.
Fucked.
Yeah.
Bahamas fucked.
That's what I'm saying.
U.S. Virgin Islands gone.
Are they gone?
Gone.
Damn, I didn't know that.
I went to the U.S. Virgin Islands back when I was in high school.
Yeah.
Guaranteed the place we stayed at is pile of rubble. Gone.
Yeah. What's your take on like the whole like water rising and stuff like that? Like, do you think like one day the Keys are gonna be gone? The edges of California are just gonna eat shit?
I think one day, but in like fucking like 10,000 years.
You think it's gonna be 10,000 years?
It's gonna be a long fucking time.
You don't think there's gonna be something that happens in the near future that's gonna cause California to go?
I wouldn't mind it if California went, but
why? What's wrong with California?
I don't know.
You don't live there. You don't have to deal with the population matrix.
Everyone out there is so whiny and annoying.
Super SJF.
Except for North California.
SJW.
North California people.
Talking like Oakland area or something like that? Or
yeah, like up in like the mountains up there.
Up in the mountains. Yeah, they got to deal with the fucking mountain lions. They got real world problems, man.
Yeah, those people are cool.
they're like, I don't care what you do. Just stay with my house.
I can't totally hate on California because one of my boys lives out there.
You can hate on whatever you want, man. I'm not going to stop you. Well, don't hate on race. I can't do that.
No. One of my boys lives out there.
This show, bitch.
Yep. One of my boys lives out there.
I want to go out there so bad.
My parents are going out there on a trip.
It's so hard to figure out where you want to go on vacation just because if you go to the wrong city, you're screwed.
Yep.
It's like if you go to LA, you are not going to be able to do anything you can't do on foot.
All my vacations now are like rugby tournament, wedding, rugby tournament, wedding.
Where's Venice Beach?
California.
Well, obviously.
I have no idea.
That's where I'd want to go.
I've never been.
I'd like to go to the Mecca. I'd like to go to Muscle
west
Beach.
I've been is Texas.
Yeah, I've been to Florida.
Yep.
That's as far west as I've been.
Yeah. Yep. I've been to
Ohio. That doesn't count, though.
I've been to Austin and San Antonio.
Yeah, you went for trips, right? Yeah. You went for that business trip, right?
Yep.
That's so cool. That's
I
nice
went
to be
to
part
Austin
of a
my
business like
last year of college over winter break because of my friend's family down there at a horse farm.
Yeah.
And we just went down there for 10 days.
Did you get to ride horses?
No, we just like walked around.
They can't support your fat ass.
They had a Clydesdale.
I just fat shamed you.
They had a pure black Clydesdale. Coolest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life. The thing was massive.
How big?
Didn't go. Another one of me taller than me.
No shit.
It's fucking huge.
No shit.
Just the biggest, like most terrifying thing you've ever seen. And it was insane.
That's crazy.
It's truly like you think you're a big fuck walking around at 6'5", go up next to a fucking full-grown Clydesdale, you're a bitch.
So what is a Clydesdale?
It's a massive fucking horse.
I was hoping that's all you were going to say.
Yeah.
I was hoping that was the end of your description.
I don't know shit about horses.
I'm not an equestrianist.
But I know that it was a Clydesdale. It's huge as fuck, and it's just like, don't fuck around.
It
like,
takes turds the size of you.
Pretty much.
It just streams out. You're like, oh, please stop. Oh, God, it's still going up.
You lead it around and just walks around with you super calm, super cool. The horses there were all like super chill. But
horses are dangerous motherfuckers.
Yeah, I would just go up to them and pet them a little bit. I didn't want to try to ride into them fucks or nothing.
Yeah, but they're like super sketchy. Like, I don't even care who you are. The calmest horse at any given time could just murder you.
Done.
Just step on your soul and you go, why? I loved you so much. I fed you all the hay in the water.
You in the fucking teeth.
I cleaned up your duties. And that thing's just stomping the life out of you. And every hit, he's like, it doesn't matter. I don't understand. And he's just smashing you to bits.
I'm a motherfucking horse.
That's that's the gangster thing, and those glasses float over with the blunt, and it's
most of like the regular horses they had there were like, you know, a little bit taller than me when they were standing up. Clydesdale was fucking up there. You're just like, what the fuck is that?
Crazy that an animal grows, like a horse grows that fucking big.
It's fucking huge.
Well, it's like what they talk about with some of these moose that like they're so tall a car can drive underneath them. Yeah. Like I can't believe that at all.
My head was just at its like torso.
Yeah.
Like
no shit.
Fucking huge.
I can't imagine an animal being that big that I could drive a car under it. Yeah. Not saying many, just a car. Like I could just casually go under. I'm like, man, it got really shady for a second. Like I can't imagine that. Like that's a big animal. That's huge. That's monstrous.
Yeah, they use that one for breeding. It was fucking huge.
Of course they do. It kills the horse and then another horse crawls out of it. That's what it is.
The thing was fucking massive.
It spears it to death.
Unreal. Like
that's toxic, man. That's brutal. That's a terrible way to go, getting speared to death like that. Like
dick almost as big as yours.
And then you gotta imagine how powerful it is. Like it's literally like so fast it gets to the egg, and like in seconds that egg is a full grown baby horse, like a full size baby horse. He pulls out and he's like, and he's walking away, and then the horse just goes right out the back, and then the mom's just like, I did it, and then she fucking dies. Like that's probably what happens on the regular with him.
Dude, that thing, I just remember that thing was fucking huge. It's like, and Austin is a super cool place. I loved it there. That was like when I graduated and I was looking around for jobs. That was one of the places I was looking, was Austin. But then I got like a super good offer here, and the cost of living here is so low, and all my whole family's here.
Everybody always says that Rochester's like They say they're like, New York is so expensive to live in. Dog, I lived in Florida. Okay,
yeah, for the
amount that we paid for this house, we weren't even in the city like Tampa. We were probably like 15-20 miles away from the city, which is about an hour away.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, yep.
If we wanted to spend what we spent on this house, we probably would have gotten a house that was 900 or less square feet.
Yep.
Like my buddy's house is over $300,000 with no basement, 2-car garage. It doesn't have a big plot.
Yep.
And it's probably, I want to say, 2,000 square feet.
Yeah.
Maybe 2,300. Yep. I'd say 2,500 at the max. $300,000 for 25,000 square feet house.
Yep. the cost of living here is like super low.
But they also complain about it. They're like, oh, we make, you know, we don't have state tax. Yes, you don't have state tax, but your milk is $1 more expensive.
Yeah,
your beef is
your
$1
sales
more
tax
expensive.
is a lot higher.
No, they don't have sales tax. It's just shit's marked up.
Well, yeah. Well, no, don't they still have? Oh no, they don't have sales tax.
You want to get your fucking license plate down there? It's $500. You want to get it up here? It's $100.
Yep.
You want to get your license one time? It's $399. What? You want to get? You can have all the guns you want. Who cares?
They're gonna cost you.
Everything down there is more expensive.
Yep.
You want to park in a parking lot? It's gonna cost you $20 for an hour. You're like, kiss my ass. You want to go to the beach and you want to get a cocktail? I want a beer, man. $9. Fuck you.
And I was just in New York City for New Year's, and it's like your random fucking Bud Light's $9-10.
Yeah.
Your well vodka mixed with fucking soda water is $12-13.
Everybody does it based on gas, and it's like it's so cheap because it needs to be that cheap because you're in stop and go traffic all the time, so you're getting the worst gas mileage in the world. And if it was what it is up here, no one could afford to go anywhere.
Nope.
Like our apartment down in Florida was I think $1,200, and it was like 1,400 square feet. The condo we moved into was less than $1,000. This house is about $1,000.
Yeah.
This is a big house.
I live in a mansion off Park Ave. I pay $460 a month.
Yeah, you're one of what, 4 people?
4 people.
Yeah.
I live in a giant fucking house with
$1,600
off-street parking.
$1,600 in the city.
Yeah.
In the good part of the city.
Yeah, Park Ave with
Yeah.
off-street parking. Can't get that anywhere
That's
else.
what I'm saying. $1,600. And
In
you
New
can't
York,
complain.
in
You're
New
so
York,
close to
I'd have a
everything.
freaking room the size of this with all my shit in it. I'd be paying $2,000 a month.
Oh, you're so downplaying it. Be way more than that.
My buddy's apartment, it's beautiful. The building he lives in is beautiful.
Yeah.
The apartment's beautiful, but it's small. And he pays like $5,000 a month.
That's so crazy.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, it's a great place to live. What do you mean? You don't make enough to even live there. Oh, you got to drive in 2 hours every day just to work there? Fuck you.
I gotta go take a fucking train and then take another train and then take a subway and then take another subway. I have to leave my house at fucking 4 in the morning, get home at fucking 8 at night.
I had a hard enough time in Florida because I would have to work at 8 and I would have to leave my house at 6:40.
Jesus Christ.
I lived less than 10 miles away from work.
I'd leave my house at 6:55, and I get in my house at 7 in the morning.
Yeah. If I left my house at 6:40, I would get to work by 7:10. If I left my house anytime after 6:50, I would get in almost at 8.
Yeah.
Like, what? This isn't right.
Yep. Yeah. I leave my house.
So your job is right on the corner from your house.
5 minutes.
That's super convenient.
Yep. It's right downtown.
Huh.
Yep. And then Wegmans and the gym are 30 minutes in the other direction. I can walk out my front door, and there's 4 bars down the street that I can walk to in 5 minutes. And if I want to walk to the downtown bars, it's 10 minutes.
Which bars are you referring to for downtown? Like the ones on Alexander and
Yeah,
that?
the ones on
geez,
Alexander.
You were so close to everything, dude.
10-minute walk.
How close are you to like Goodman?
5-6 minute walk.
Yeah, because I can never remember where. So like from East Avenue, Park Ave is what, the next main road up?
Yeah, so it's parallel. So there's University, then East, then Park.
Yes, so that's the one slightly closer to the expressway, but it's longer.
Yep.
Yeah.
So Park, and then there's all those side streets off of it,
Like
and
Merchants and all those. I mean, I'm fucking up the names right now. Yeah.
Well, there's Merchant Street and all those. Yeah, but it's like literally everything's within walking distance, or it's a 5-minute drive. So like my work's a 5-minute drive. Wegmans and the gym are like a 3-minute drive.
I was gonna say the only thing is like I was talking to the wife at one point about moving down over there. I was like, you can get a nice place, blah blah blah. She's like, yeah, but I want a backyard.
Yeah, we don't have a yard. Well, we have a little bit of a front yard, but not much. Like it's just a little small.
Does somebody go out there with kitchen shears and just cut the grass every day?
Well, our landlord, because it's all shaded from a tree, so there's not much that grows there.
Oh shit!
The grass actually stays like pretty short the whole summer.
Oh, that's cool.
So our landlord will come and mow it when he has to, but it's only a few times.
That's so funny.
What we do, so this summer our house is like, there's been like our age type people living in that house for the past 6-7 years.
Oh shit!
And so it's always been like social people who have people over. So it kind of got like a reputation, and every year for Park Ave Fest, the police send out, and like the county sends out a list of houses that they're watching for like illegal activities, and we've made it like 4 years in a row.
Do you guys do illegal activities?
No, we just have parties.
Do people drink underage?
No.
Because that's an illegal activity.
No.
That's so crazy.
Because we're all, like, I'm the youngest in my house at 24.
That's so crazy that they're like, we are watching you.
Yeah, but they sent out a list of literally all, like, the properties, and our house has made it 4 years in a row. 4 years going strong. Shouts out.
Robot house.
Dude,
Futurama reference.
Yeah. But in the summer, I remember one morning I woke up, I was super hungover, and my one roommate had this shit-eating grin on his face. I'm like, God, what did you do? And he goes, I bought a fucking inflatable pool, bitch. 10-foot diameter inflatable pool with cup holders.
Oh, jeez, that's awesome.
So we put that out in the front yard, filled that shit up, invited everyone over. And we're just sitting there in the lounge on like a Saturday in the summer.
I love it.
Amazing. And it's like, everyone, like random people walk by and be like, oh, it's genius. But that's what we did this summer, just like on a Saturday, if we didn't have anything going on, or like a Sunday, let's chill out there. There's a little bit of shade from the tree. It's like perfect, like half shade, half not shade.
Yeah. That's so cool.
Yep. So the front yard's just, big enough for that. But living downtown's a lot of fun. It's just like, whether if it's your style or not. Like,
yeah.
For some people, it's not their thing.
Like, I've got a bunch of friends. Like, I got Adam and his girlfriend. They own a house off Merchants. Our friends Nora and Ryan, they live just down the road from the gym, just past Blossom.
Okay. Yeah.
On the other side of the road, though.
Yeah.
And then like, I know someone. Cheese and his girl. They rent an apartment over there.
Yep.
You live obviously right there.
Yep.
CJ from the gym. He lives right around the corner from the gym. You know where the bakery is, like Blossom Bagels and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Head down the road toward the expressway. They're like the second to last left, across the street from that that special needs home.
Oh, okay.
He's just living home, like the neighborhood there.
Yep.
So they're still really close to downtown. I know a bunch of people, and it's like, oh, my other one. It's just like, at what point do you like leave there?
Yeah, I definitely like at what I'm renting for the next few years. I'll be there, but when I get a house, I don't know if I want to stay in the city or move like just outside the city. But
everybody keeps saying like Irondequoit and stuff like that. It's like, I don't know, like unless Irondequoit's like doing a moving up thing, like at no point in time would I consider Irondequoit.
Yeah.
But you can't even afford to live in Fairport. We have friends who bought a house in Fairport, probably 2,800 square feet, $300,000, and it probably needs about $70,000 worth of work.
The big thing has been people moving to Mendon and Victor.
It's too far away.
But now, it's too far away. And now, like a lot of people are moving out to Victor because the taxes are lower, but they're considering raising the taxes out there because everyone's moving there.
Yeah, and they're so close to like Farmington and stuff like that you can pretty much live right on the border. Everybody was doing that with like Parenton too for a while there, but once again, like that was one of our stipulations is I didn't want to live someplace where I would be 20-25 minutes away from work at any given time. Yep. Just because I'm spoiled. I've always lived within 5 minutes of my jobs.
And it's so nice when I can like wake up, make my breakfast, make my lunch, get out the door, and I'm in my office in 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's like nice. two days a week, I'm 5 minutes away from my job.
I'm a super impatient driver, and like I would not sit in traffic. Like I would want to kill someone if I'm sitting there in traffic, like bumper to bumper for even if it's like 40 minutes, I'd be like, I'm gonna kill someone. Like,
it's usually only like 10 or 15 minutes here. In Florida, it's like an hour, but it's still like
I could never do that.
It's just so bad
because I'm such an impatient driver. I'd be like, oh God. But
imagine everybody who lives in Henrietta who has to drive to like Webster or Irondequoit or Grace just to work, and then they got to drive back home the other way in the clusterfuck, and you're like, gee, or anybody who's got to cross over the 490.
Yeah, my brother's wife did work at Churchville, and she had to drive like 40 minutes to work every day and back. And then now she got a job out at Red Jacket, and it's only like 20.
One of the guys who was on the podcast in the beginning, his girlfriend, they live out in Mount Morris right now. They're actually looking to move to Avon.
Yep,
Avon. He's trying to become a police officer out there, but she goes from Mount Morris to Spencerport High School every day.
Fuck.
Every day.
I wouldn't do that. I would not.
So you're looking at from Mount Morris to Henrietta is like 25 minutes. From Henrietta to Spencerport's like 25 or 30 minutes with no traffic. And figure you got to be to work for like 7:45, 8, which means you probably need to leave by like 6:30, which means you got to get up no later than 5:30.
Yeah.
If it's snowed out, 5:15.
Yeah.
That's at the latest. And she does it every day. It's terrible.
I get up at 5:45 every day, but that's because I get up and like I make my breakfast, I make my lunch, and then I'm into work early. I go to work early because I want to be out early.
Yeah.
Most people in my job work like 8 to 5. I want to be there 7 to 4.
Yeah. That was my favorite. I love jobs like that.
So yeah, they're as long as you're there 8 hours, they don't give a fuck when you can be there 6 to 3. You can be there 9 to 6. Like you can do whatever you want. So I was like, 7 to 4 is perfect. Yeah. Because I don't mind getting up that extra hour earlier in the morning. And
I don't like the hour lunch break.
I usually only take like 40 minutes, and then I like leave like 20 minutes early.
I've had so many jobs where they're like, you need to take an hour. I'm like, I've had jobs where they meant.
No one's gonna comment that you took a 45-minute lunch break.
No, the job that I got right when I moved back home, they were complaining. That was one of the reasons I got quote fired, was because I was robbing them of time. But it was one of those, I'm not taking an hour lunch.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sit in my car for an hour and do nothing. I'm not going to go home. I'm not going to fucking go to the store. I'm taking 30 minutes because that's that's New York State says 30 minutes is the minimum. Yep. I'm taking 30 minutes as the minimum.
And then you leave 30 minutes early.
I think I'm mad at that.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. With me,
it's for my 8.
Yeah. Yeah. My company's like super laid back about that. My company job is awesome. I love it.
Yeah.
Benefits.
I'm spoiled with my job right now.
Benefits are so nice.
Why?
Because I never had them before.
For a 401k?
Never had them
retirement?
Dude, I was like 401k. I got Roth. I got an HSA.
That's what I got with this job right here. I'm stoked about it. Yeah. They're also going to give us stock options.
HSA,
soon.
that money is never taxable. Never.
I'm never touching any of that shit. I don't fucking need to touch it. I'm putting 11% in.
Between? Or
both? Yeah, between. Yeah. I got 6 and 5.
Yeah,
I put everything in like super aggressive accounts.
There's my HSA. There's like $1 amount is the max you can put in. So I maxed that out because that's never taxable. The money's never taxable. When you put it in, when you take it out, never taxable. Rolls over every year.
I think it's taxable at some point. Like you have to claim it at the end of the year. I'm pretty sure because there's no such thing as free money, sweetheart.
I have yet to pay a tax on a single dollar.
Have you pulled it out yet?
I had to use it for when I went to urgent care a couple times.
You proud? Oh, HSA. That's your health savings account.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Health savings.
I thought you meant like your Roth IRA.
No.
I thought that's what we're talking
HSA.
about. I was like, HSA. Yeah, no, HSA is different.
Never taxable.
Yeah.
And that's like money that you're going to use. Have a kid. How much money does that cost at a hospital?
Oh, we looked it up. It's expensive. It's piss. It's
so if
30 grand.
Yeah. But if I have that money in my HSA and I pay it out of that, it's money that's never taxable. So max that out, and then I do 5% to 401k, 5% to Roth.
Yeah, but you're an engineer, so you make good money. I'm just a lowly VCI. I make decent money. But for the first time in my life, I have money in my checking account after I got paid.
Yeah.
I'm super stoked about that.
Yeah, because I'm like, this is my second year out of college. So it's still just like, oh, I never had money in college. Like, I was like, in college, if I had like $20 to my name, I was like, sweet. Yeah,
you were stoked.
And now I get out and I'm like I get out, I pay my student loans, my rent, my bills and all that. I still have money left over. I can put money into savings. Like, that's wild.
I can't wait for that. I have to start paying my student loans, though. I haven't paid any of them.
Ooh, yeah, what am I? I'm like $3,000 I think I've paid already in mine.
Yeah, I got 100 and something thousand I haven't touched yet.
Mine trying was to defer 30. It. Mine was only 30, so it's not bad. And when they set it up, they're like, here's this plan, this is what you have to pay, it's going to take you 12 years. And I was like, I don't want to take 12 years to pay this. Because I don't want to have my student loans around when I'm trying to buy a house or when I'm trying to get married or when I'm trying to have kids.
They don't qualify under the same bracket, though.
Yeah, but like still, like I don't want to be paying those loans when I'm trying to do those things. So I was like, what do I have to pay to get it done in 6 years? They're like, oh, this much. Like, whoa, what can you afford? I'm like, yes. Like, I don't care if it costs me a whole other goddamn rent payment a month. I don't want to be paying this, but like by the time I'm like 30.
Yeah, that's a smart way to do it.
So I'll be done paying it when I'm like 28.
I wish I had 2 plus 2'd.
Yeah.
That would have been a hell of a lot smarter for me because I had to pay for everything on my own.
Yeah, I got a really good scholarship. I wouldn't have gone to RIT if I had to pay full price.
I went to a $44,000 a year school and I had to pay full price.
Yeah, mine was 40, and I got half tuition, and then I got another scholarship, so it was only like, what was it? It came out to like 15 a year.
That's not bad.
And then I always worked, and I put most of that money into my tuition.
Yeah.
So
I worked full time in college and had a full caseload, and I always had this much money to my name.
Yep.
I have no idea how.
Days.
I have no idea how.
A lot of Busch Light.
No. I allegedly bought booze like 3 times, 4 times.
Really?
Yeah.
Oof.
I never had money.
Yeah.
I spent so much money on gas traveling back and forth from Rochester to school,
That's true,
tolls.
Yeah. See, I lived right there, so
Yeah,
I
made
campus.
a bad decision when I was in college. And granted, if I had done it a different way and I hadn't done that decision, and I had been living on campus at the same time and working near school, I probably would have had hundreds of dollars in my hand at all times.
Yeah, yep. But yeah, I got out of college and I was like, wait, I can actually put money into a savings account?
That's my wife. My wife always has savings.
Yeah.
She's had savings since I met her.
Yep.
For the first...
I just started putting money in my savings account.
It's always good to have that, too. The other thing my uncle recommended, he goes, when you hit a certain amount, he goes, call it in your savings account. He goes, invest it.
Yep.
He goes, throw it into a CD, throw it into something. He goes, just get it out of there.
Throw
He
it into
goes,
a CD,
get it away.
don't touch it for 30 years. It's going to grow.
He goes, just leave it alone.
Yeah.
He goes, throw it back in, throw it back in, throw it back in the system. He goes, once you figure out what you need to live,
Yep.
he goes, just do that. He goes, and then if you need some on the side for vacations and trips and spoiling and stuff like that, he goes, be moderate with it. He goes, but everything you have over that limit, so like, he goes, if you have $2,000 in your savings account and that's the number, he goes, anything over that gets invested. He goes, always keep that $2,000 or whatever it is.
Yeah. Yeah, my problem. I'm still young, so I go to the bar a lot.
Yeah. That's how I was after I graduated too, after stuff like that.
If I didn't do that, I have so much more money, but it's just like,
That's why we used to drink at the house all the time.
Yeah, we drink at the house and then go out to the bars, but it's just like still a lot of money that I ended up spending. And
yeah, it cut down from like $80 to $100 2 or 3 times a week for me. Probably $60 to $80 like 2 or 3 times a week to me, to being able to do it like every single night when I was bad.
Yeah.
And it was only like $20 a night.
Yep. Yeah. No,
Plus, when I was a smoker, I was a pack-a-day smoker.
Oh, yeah. I never got into that, actually. Never. I think I had like a cigarette like once or twice, and I was like, nah, this isn't really my thing. Same like I smoked weed a little bit when I was in like
allegedly when
I was in college, but I did it for like not even a year. And I was like, this just isn't my thing.
Yeah. It's just like an interesting dichotomy shift. You're a drinker.
I'm good at it, man.
That Glenlivet on the counter has your name on it still.
Because I bought that for you. That was your housewarming gift.
It is, and I always offer it to everybody as like as a gift from you to them.
Yep.
Because it is very hard on my face.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm very soft when it comes to alcoholic beverages.
Put some hair on that chest.
I'll just splash it on there after I take a shower or something like that.
That's where all this comes from.
All that hair goes, bro.
Whiskey and bourbon, my friend.
Whiskey and bourbon. That's your drinks?
I'm mostly vodka, but I do enjoy whiskey and bourbon too.
What kind of bourbon?
Literally, my thing with whiskey and bourbon is every time I go, I buy something I've never had before.
That's actually an interesting way to do it.
Yeah.
Do you have like a mental list or a physical list?
I just literally go in and say, oh, I've never had that before.
That's so cool.
Yep.
Is that only at the bars or like when you buy from the...
No, when I buy from the store. At the bars, I'll just get the well shit, the cheap shit, whatever.
How many different ones do you think you've tried?
Oh, God, so many. God, I can't even I'll literally go into your liquor store, any bourbon or whiskey there I've probably had.
No shit.
Yeah.
You should do what my buddy Adam, Zackett does.
Yeah.
Zackett, he gets these specialty ones from like weird places that aren't local. They're like specialty shops.
Yeah.
That's what he's been doing lately because he's been getting really into the bourbon stuff. What's the other one? Bourbon, whiskey, and what? Scotch. He's been getting Scotch.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, no, I just go in and I have my staples that I always have at my house, like Tito's. I always have a handle of Tito's in my house. I always have a handle of Tito's in my house because that's what I mainly drink, like when I'm going out and whatnot, is vodka. So I'll have my Tito's there. But now,
is that the one that's like $10 for a handle?
It used to be, but then it got super popular. Now it's like $32 a handle.
Oh,
but it still isn't bad for the quality. Vodka is not that bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, it used to be a hell of a lot cheaper like 5 years ago because no one knew about it. And I was like, damn, this shit's so good. Mm-hmm. How is it as cheap as fucking Burnett's? Makes no sense because no one fucking knew about it. And then it blew up and now it's fucking $32, $33 a handle.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I liked my my $5 liters.
Oh yeah,
that was my thing. You get like your Mr. Bostons or whatever the hell it is. The UV.
Burnetts.
That was because I could get so much
free olives.
But when you're dying the next morning, you're like, why?
Why did I do that? Yeah, Tito's. Unless I drink a fuck ton of it, I never get a hangover because it's good shit.
I've never been like a big. So for a long time there, I drank Blue. That was all I drank was Blue and Blue Light for probably like 2 or 3 years.
In college, I was more of a beer drinker.
And like Yingling and stuff like that and Coors. And then like when I switched to liquor, it was always I could only drink it in a mixer.
Yeah,
I can't just like drink it like casually.
With bourbon and the whiskey and scotch, I'll drink alone and I'll just have like a glass. But like vodka is like I'm drinking. I don't mix it with just water or like soda water or something like that.
You're such a savage.
And
Give me the vodka soda.
oh, I don't. But you gotta have a Tim Kremers vodka soda. It's not a normal one. It's like I was making one the other night for one of my friends. And like, stop. What?
So it's vodka with a splash of soda.
Yeah.
My dad was telling me stories about my one of my great grandmas or great aunts was like she would do whiskey and water.
Yeah.
And they would be playing cards and chain smoking in the kitchen. She'd have the kids get their beverages, and at the beginning of the night it would be half and half, and then it would hit a point where it was straight, and then they would just go back, and it would just be like water with a splash of whiskey.
Yeah.
Like they would take it to the extreme and then bring it all the way back down.
Yeah, with some of the stronger like whiskeys and bourbons and scotches and stuff, if you just put a little splash of water, it cuts through that. They're like, ooh, when you like first drink it and you still get the full flavor and everything.
Why not just a cube?
Oh, I have whiskey stones and stuff, but it's not the
You're looking for the dilution, though.
Yeah, it's not the temperature. It's just a little, like cut it up just a little bit, and then you can fully enjoy it without being overwhelmed by it.
That's the other thing too. Like everybody who's like shots, let's take shots.
No, I don't fuck with shots anymore. I don't.
I get in line and I'm just like, I'm not here. I don't want this. Please keep this. No.
I don't fuck with that anymore. I did it like all the time in college and just out, but now. It never turns out like I never wake up the next morning. I'm like, wow, I'm really glad we did those shots last night.
I'm really glad we did those shots.
Yeah, never has that ever been said by anyone.
Let's see, what's the last time I did shots?
I don't fuck with that anymore.
Like I used to do a lot of the flaming Dr. Peppers. That was my go-to drink.
So I used to. I never liked tequila, but I used to like drink it. I loved margaritas and all that shit. And then
Long Island's.
But so I would always like wake up the next morning after drinking tequila, even if it was like high end good shit. And I always was like sick, and like not like puking sick, but just like whole like head sick, everything. And I was like, oh god, well, like what the fuck?
It's the agave.
So I went into a whole allergy panel. This was like a year ago. I had like a whole allergy panel done, and I found out I was allergic to agave.
No shit.
So I'm like, that's why it always happened, because tequila's made from agave.
I was gonna say a lot of the alcoholic beverages, they give me the migraines because of the enzymes.
Yep. So I haven't had tequila since. I did one shot a few weeks ago, but that's because my brother was in town. You
were like, fuck it. I did. Jake, one of my best friends, he bought me a bottle of Patron, and it was for my birthday, and I stupidly drank the whole thing by myself, and it ended up having like 12 shots in it. That was one of the last times I ever did shots.
Yep.
That I remember.
Yep.
But there was a bar that I used to go to, and the bartender used to make me a special, and it was a Long Island, but it was double shots.
Oh, nice.
So it was effectively 2s of each, and then splash of cola, splash of lime.
At McGregor's, my friend had a custom drink that was named after him. That was a triple bourbon and Coke.
That sounds filthy.
That was so good.
Sounds filthy.
Because that's like literally every time he went in, that's all he drank. That's what he ordered every time: triple bourbon and Coke, triple bourbon and Coke. And eventually, I'll have what he's, what Jamie's having. I'll have what Jamie's having. Have what Jamie's having. And then eventually got named after him. And this was like when I was in college, and then I went back like a month ago because old friends were in town. I'm like, let's hit up McGregor's again. And I went to go order it, and I realized none of the bartenders that used to work there anymore, so none of them knew what it was. And I was like, shit. I was like, can I have a triple bourbon and Coke?
A triple bourbon. 3 fingers and Coke.
Most bars these days don't let you order triples.
So you just order a double and a single and put them together.
Well, because you dilute it with a mixer in both. You want like...
Yeah, they're trying to get the max bang for their buck.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like if I go up and order like a triple vodka soda, they're like, no, we can only do doubles. Then I'm like, all right, can I do a double? And then you put another shot in it.
Can I get a double quarter pounder and then get another quarter pound put on?
One time I was like so dead set on an order, a triple vodka soda. They wouldn't do it. I said, fine, can I have a double vodka soda and a shot of vodka? And then I literally right in front of his face dumped it in there.
That's so funny. You just got to get it in, man. That's so funny.
Yep. Triples are a real quick way to get you there.
Well, the nice thing too is some of these bars is like when you get to a good bar, they make their own sour.
Oh yes.
And when they make their own sour, it doesn't matter how much alcohol is in that thing, you can't taste it because the sour is homemade. I used to make sour for parties we would have. Like I would do sour, like amaretto sours.
Yeah. Yep.
And I would make sour, but I was also pretty famous for my raspberry lemonade and my peach schnapps raspberry iced tea.
Nice. In college, I was what did I name it? I forget what I named it, but my 3rd and 4th year, I was famous for a drink I would make, and people would pay me to make it for their parties for them.
No shit.
Yeah, I'd make like these like big like Gatorade jugs of it. It wasn't necessarily a jungle juice, but I'd make like these big tubs of it, and then they'd pay for all the ingredients, and they'd throw me an extra $20. It was like, God, what was it? It was a John Daly, and then I would throw in some Red Bull, some whiskey, and some other. I can't give away all my secrets, but some other ingredients. And it was like super good, just tastes like a normal John Daly, but it had like some caffeine, it had some get up and go, and I had like a bunch of my parties, and everyone's like, dude, what is that? Like, it's so good, and it gets people like super fucked up.
Well, the nice thing with my drinks is they were simple. The one was Country Time lemonade, and then you would buy a handle of Bacardi.
That's my thing now.
And then you'd buy a 750 of raspberry Smirnoff. And it would go into a 5-gallon Gatorade jug.
Yep.
And then the peach schnapps raspberry iced tea was 2 liters of peach schnapps, and then a liter of, I think it was 3 liters of peach schnapps, and then a liter of peach Smirnoff.
Okay.
And then it would go in a vat, and you would buy the Nestle powder mix. It was super simple, but everybody fucking loved it.
Yep.
It was super simple, dude.
Yep.
If I was to drink again, it would be only Flamin' Dr. Peppers.
So my big thing now is like,
the house down.
Whenever I'm at a bar, and this is like some fancy bar, whenever I'm at a bar and someone orders one of those like multiple ingredient drinks, I'm like, look at this fucking asshole.
The worst is the ice drinks where they're like, you gotta put it on the
rack.
It's gotta go bzzz, and it's gotta get the ice crushed in there, and it's gotta come out like a smoothie.
People who do that, I'm like, dude, what the fuck? Like, why are you wasting everyone's time? I get 1 or 2 ingredient drinks at the most. When I was a
bartender, that was the worst. You did not want to make ice beverages. You would hand those off to someone else. Be like, hey, this bitch wants this.
Yeah, no. I'd be like, my thing right now is either 2 ingredient drinks, or I'm just getting like, when I'm off keto, I'm just drinking beer, or I'm just getting like a glass of whiskey or a glass of vodka. Like 2 ingredients at the most.
I've been so long out of the beer game, I can only drink like really good beers now. Like we went to Witchcraft for their 6-month anniversary.
Yep.
I had 4 dark beers and a light beer. The light beer I gave away. The 3 dark beers were really good.
Yeah, on a couple weeks ago, when was it? It was middle of December. Our rugby team for a fundraiser did a brewery tour of some of the downtown breweries.
Yeah, you told me about that. How was that?
Oh, so good, dude. So many of them are really good. It was a great day, good time. We had like a busload of people, went around the city, went to 5 breweries down there. It was a lot of fun.
Knucklehead, 3 Heads.
We did 3 Heads, Lost Burrow, Rock Brewing, Swiftwater, and then one of the guys in our team has one.
I didn't realize how many brewing companies were in this city.
In downtown, there's like 12. It's crazy. We could do a whole nother brewer tour and not go to a single one we went to the first time.
Well, the way to do it is you do a brewery with a restaurant.
Yeah, well, we stopped at a place in the middle for our buddy on our team is like partners in a bar, and we got food there.
Ooh, no shit. That's cool.
Yep.
That's super fucking cool, man.
Yep, so we stopped there, and we got food catered by him, and then we did that, which was awesome.
Yeah, because I went to 3 Heads. Every time I go to these places, I always get flights.
Yeah, we did 2, and we stopped at his place, and then we did 2 more. And the first place we did flights, and then at each other place we were just doing, individuals, whatever. And I mean, everything was like, oh, this is so good. And then, like, I had one really good one at Lost Burrow. And then the next week, Thursday night, I'm like, oh, you know what? I really want to go have that again. So I went down to Lost Burrow.
Gone.
Went down, had it again. Had a couple there.
Oh, no shit.
Yep. They might be sponsoring our team, too.
Nice. Get the plug.
Yep.
No, there's this,
Rochester Colonials plugs.
There's a joint in Buffalo that they make a Loganberry beer.
Loganberry.
I want that shit. But they only make it a certain time of the year.
Joe, do you remember, like, in the old, like, soda vending machines when they had Loganberry fucking juice in there?
Yeah, you can still buy it at some places.
Like, dude, that was the shit.
Mighty Taco has it.
Yeah, Mighty Taco has it.
Because Mighty Taco's out of Buffalo, yeah. I still haven't been to the one in Henrietta. I go to the one in Buffalo every time off of Transit.
I went to the one in Henrietta once and it sucked.
Everybody says it's really bad.
Yeah.
I just go to Transit. It's the one I've gone to for years.
Yeah, no. The one out in Henrietta, I went there once and it was awful. I'm like, Taco Bell's down the street, man.
Yeah, give me one of the
Chipotle
5
is
cheese.
down the street.
Yeah, so is come on, what's the other one? Is it Moe's? Yeah,
there's a Moe's there too. There's a Moe's, a Chipotle, and a Taco Bell on Jeff Road.
And a Five Guys.
If
you want that greasy bitch.
Yo, Five Guys is great for keto because they do lettuce wrap burgers.
Ooh, look at that.
Yep.
You just can't get those fries. Nope. Those fries are ways. Yo, those fries, dog.
But they do they do double cheeseburger lettuce wrap burgers there.
I'm craving sushi and donuts, and now I'm craving a greasy Five Guys burger and
Done
fries.
Done deal.
You're killing me today, man.
Lettuce wrap, double cheeseburger, and I don't know, like Five Guys burgers I'd like better than a lot of the other fast food places.
Yeah, because they don't just use one type of beef, I believe.
Yeah.
I believe they use a couple types,
Yeah.
and they mix them together.
It tastes better.
Yeah, and the way they cook it, too, because they don't just cook it on like some flat iron from frozen. It's all fresh.
Yeah, yep.
You got me
When
going
I was
savage
out
over here
in
now.
Buffalo and I interned at Fisher Price, there was a Five Guys like just down the street, and I
Oh,
fucked
you
with that all
interned
the
at
time.
Fisher Price?
Yes, I did.
What was that like?
Their resources there were really cool, and what we did was really cool. The process of like getting a drawing from the design team and making a prototype, testing that prototype,
Yeah.
getting first models of it, going through all the testing procedures, everything, and going like all the way to final production is really cool. Would never work there again in my life.
Just because of the dichotomy or like the paradigm that is Fisher Price?
You are just a number on a fucking piece of paper there. They do not care about you at all. They will fire you no matter who you are, no matter. We had one day where their numbers came in lower than they thought, allegedly, and they fired like, I don't know, they fired like 80 people in one day.
Whoa, that's terrible.
Went out to lunch, came back, 80 people gone.
Oh my god.
Guy in the office right next to me gone.
Wow.
Yep.
That's so scary to think that that's a thing.
Yep.
That's the machine
one
working,
day,
dude.
1 day, 1 hour.
This is why ideally, like one day, I would love to just be able to, I don't need a heavy income.
No.
I just want to be able to live.
That campus was like 1,000 people at Fisher Price in
It makes me want to do my board games and start fucking putting them on a Kickstarter or something.
Yeah, no, the process was super cool, and the resources there were cool. Most of the people were nice, but it's just like with corporate places like that, it's so run on freaking just like you're just a number on a piece of paper, and if you do anything wrong, HR's up your freaking ass and so butthurt about you making a little freaking joke.
Yeah,
it's just like, get over yourself. You're not important. But
well, when you're the machine, you kind of get to say where you go, and that sucks. And I mean, it's nice to. That's why I like the company I'm at. They're a pretty new startup. They're very family oriented. Like everybody kind of rallies behind everybody. They weren't mad that I was out for a couple weeks because of this. Like they were just like, be careful. Like we're still growing. We need you. We need you.
I love my company I work for now. Our place I think is like 80 people, and then there's a Buffalo and a Syracuse office too, but they're both smaller, and they're like super nice. Our benefits are great. Like we do a lot of stuff like a lot of like work parties, work events. They have tickets to all the Amerks games. They do tickets to RIT hockey games.
That's cool. I want to go to one of those RIT hockey games, dude.
They do tickets like Nighthawk games. We always have like a few like company like parties every year, and it's like everyone there is nice. It's these guys started this company 25 years ago.
They understand growth. They understand keeping talent.
They started with 5 people, and now it's like 120 people or 230 people.
Yeah, but when you get into a company where they understand keeping talent, that's good.
Oh yeah,
that's beautiful.
Yep. And their big thing is they would rather, because they could pay us more in salary, but then we have to pay taxes on all that shit.
Yeah, so it's rather nice benefits. Yeah.
So my benefits are incredible. That was a big thing is. I looked at the salary, and it was comparable to all the other jobs I was getting, offers I was getting, and then the benefits were so much better.
Yeah.
So much better. So I was like,
and then the atmosphere, dude.
The atmosphere,
that's huge.
Well,
that's
I knew
huge.
Going in there, I had 3 friends I knew who already worked there, and
oh,
they
no
were
way.
like, it's awesome. So.
That's cool.
And then the day I went into go in, and they said, oh, this is your cube. It was right next to my one friend.
No way. That's awesome.
So I just looked over and you're stuck with me for the rest of your life, bitch.
Yes. Oh, I love it. That's so cool, man. I'm really happy for you. That's awesome.
You have to deal with me making fun of you all day, every day for the rest of your life.
Scratch the wall sometimes.
I throw paper at him sometimes.
I throw paper at him. I love it. That's cool, man.
We just crack jokes the whole day and stuff. Everyone there's super nice.
Well, it sounds like your shit's kind of coming together and stuff starting to get in the groove, and it's really cool to say at such a young age that things are really starting to make sense for you, dude. I mean, the rugby's going really well. You got part of that. You got a really good job. You went to a really good college. You became super into fitness and athletics, and obviously you're a hardcore nerd too, which is awesome. Super. But I just think it's great. You got your shit coming together.
Catching up on Supergirl.
Oh, finally. Season 1 or season 2?
I'm on season 2.
Season 1, the episode where she fights Red Tornado, got my goat, dude. I was like,
yep.
Fucking melt him!
Yep.
I was freaking out, and they did the same thing as season 2. They had like a mid-season thing where she like comes through and she's doing that super like hard fight, and I was like,
yes, get it, get it, girl, get it,
kill the fucker. It's like,
I know. I'm a season
my man
behind.
subs are the shit.
I'm a season behind on Flash and Arrow. Legends of Tomorrow. I'm still stuck in like season 2. I don't like that one.
I didn't finish Legends of Tomorrow.
I don't like it that much.
I don't watch active. I watch it after the season's done.
Yeah.
So for Flash, Arrow, Gotham,
at the end of the season.
Supergirl, and I'll do them all in order. Yeah. So I'll do
Gotham
the Arrow.
I'm caught up on.
Yeah. Gotham is tits.
Gotham is so good.
Yo, Black Lightning.
Talk about good child actors.
Black Lightning comes out in 8 days.
Oh, yes, right, yeah.
I'm so stoked. CW added another superhero to the fucking gang.
Talk about good child actors. Gotham.
Yeah, I didn't like Bruce up front.
No, but he got way better.
He got really good. You could tell they didn't like Ivy, though. They got rid of her. They put some older broad in.
And they brought her back. But yeah. They brought her back for like one episode, and then it was an older broad.
Yeah. She like dumped in the water, and now
yep.
she's some broad that's like a really key character. But they developed that Gordon. They developed their characters so
Gordon, they did
good.
so well.
They could not have chose a better Gordon.
That girl they got for Selena is so good.
Yeah, she's very good. She's very good. Who's the blonde? Barbara.
Barbara, yeah.
Yes,
she
Barbara
plays a
is
psycho very well. Yeah.
And then you got the
Penguin's good.
Whoever they chose for the guy they chose for Riddler, I was super like hesitant on up front.
Oh my god.
And like they're doing him very well.
Yep.
I'm really digging that. And then the same thing with like I like what they're doing with the Arrowverse because they're not sticking with script.
No,
they're using the ideas and they're going with it. And that's fine. And I love it.
I don't like when it gets too relationshipy. Like,
hey, they're man soaps, bro. Somebody's got to kiss Felicity, man. Don't give me those eyes.
Felicity, if you're available.
What's so funny is like she wasn't in Arrow in the comic books. Nope. They made her for the show. Because she was all Laura Lance. I didn't like Laura Lance until Laura Lance died.
Yeah.
Like right before she died, I was like, this chick's got it going. Like she's getting her shit together.
And then boom, dead.
That fucking dies.
Dead bitch.
Spoiler alert. But like, I didn't like.
Yeah, sorry if you've been watching these shows.
Whoever her sister is, I don't like that girl at all. That chick's butt chin bothers me.
Oh my god, the butt chin.
I just want to wipe it.
And she's in DC's Legends too.
Yeah, I don't watch Legends.
I got like a season and a half in, and it was boring. I didn't like it.
I got to the mid-season for the first season, and I was like, I wish they would just put these characters back where they belong and get rid of this British fuck. Yeah. This guy's terrible. Yeah. They just need to give us more people for that universe.
I think they bit off a little more than they can chew with that one.
Yeah, but they didn't do it in Humans.
No.
Inhumans is so bad, I hope they just scrap that whole fucking project. Because I love Black Bolt. They just need to scrap that shit. Just pretend like it never happened.
Who's playing Black Bolt?
It's so bad. I saw the reviews and I saw the comments. I'm not even gonna put myself through it, dude.
Isn't The Rock gonna be Black Adam?
Yeah, he's gonna be Black Adam, dude. Kiss my ass, dude. I wonder who they're gonna get to play Billy Batson.
I don't know. Dude, Josh Brolin is fucking Cable in Deadpool 2 is going to be
I saw that.
Mint.
It's going to be legit.
Mint.
And then they got
Tom Hardy's
Venom.
Oh
Yo, I've been chatting about that for like the past like 6 podcasts. That dude is going to rape that position.
Oh my god.
He's going to be I hope he's the best Eddie Brock of all time. Because if he made Bane as badass as Bane is, and Bane's a fucking scrub.
With facial like acting only.
Oh yeah.
With his fucking eyes, he murdered that.
Perfect. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Let the games begin.
Hell, he's so good. He was so fucking good.
He was so good. Yeah, he was so good. And like he can do that just with like facial acting. He can completely bring it together.
We heard they're gonna cut most of the DC people that they had acting in the recent movies and relaunch that franchise already.
Yeah.
Because that did so poorly. They're keeping Henry Cavill and they're keeping Gal.
Yep. No, they're not keeping Ezra Miller. I thought they were.
Are they? I heard they're getting rid of him.
For Flash, I thought they were keeping him.
So that means they're getting rid of who? They're getting rid of Cyborg, Batman, and fucking Aquaman.
Oh no, Jason Momoa signed on for 4 movies.
So what are they doing? They're scrapping
Ben Affleck.
Why? Who are they going to get to play?
He doesn't want to be Batman anymore.
Yeah, that was a bad decision, Ben. You knew what you were getting into.
Yeah, he doesn't want to be. No, they're not. They're not scrapping Gal. They're scrapping Cyborg too because no one liked him.
Because they did him wrong. They need to give his backstory in order for you to appreciate.
He could have not been in that movie, and you would not notice the difference.
Yeah, he's super critical of that. I wish they would have done Martian. I wish they would have done Green Lantern.
Well, they learned their lesson with Green Lantern once.
But when you fuck that up, like on a solo film, in a franchise film, it's different. But you also need a good actor and you need a good script. And if it's going to be dark and ominous, it needs to be dark and ominous.
Yeah, it can't be Ryan Reynolds cracking jokes.
I love Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, he's perfect for Deadpool and not good for Green Lantern.
Yeah, you're so right.
the characters are the merc with the mouth is perfect for him because that's his personality. That's how he is.
It's a smartass.
Him as Green Lantern was not good.
I wish they would do Kyle Rayner. They need to not do Hal Jordan. They need to do Kyle Rayner, or they need to do Jonathan Stewart.
The villain they had in that movie, that actor was awful.
Yeah, they chose a weird storyline to start a franchise on. Was like, oh, we're going to give you someone from Sinister Corp. Like, no. Why don't you give me somebody from some rando universe? Because he's still learning. There's no way he could go up against anyone from Sinister Corp in the first fucking movie. Kiss my ass. That's like Silver Surfer flying into Galactus in the end of Fantastic Four 2 and being like, you're done. Like, bitch, why did you do that a long time ago before you ate a bunch of planets, you fucker?
Silver Surfer can't fucking do that.
Silver Surfer is like
and they fucked
a hundredth of a hundredth of a hundredth
cloud. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, you barely saw like the skull figure. Like, oh, they wasted the budget on the Human Torch, didn't they?
They fucking did. Chris Evans.
It's so funny.
Chris Evans as Human Torch, not good. Chris Evans as what's his face?
Yeah, but to be fair, all the roles he did up to Captain America were super snarky and funny.
And then he got serious, and you're like, oh, he can actually act.
He was awesome.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm gonna go down this rail and skate, and you're like, dude, that's not you, and you're like, yeah, that is you, I guess.
Not another teen movie. Oh my!
It was so funny. The banana.
He was in that. Oh my god!
So I had that I had that picture up. I sent it to Cheese. I was like, "Would you mind if I take a picture of you?"
Yeah.
Or something like that. I can't remember, but I'm at my father-in-law's house, and I was like, "Oh, let me show you a photo." This I don't remember what it was, and I opened it up, and that's the picture. I go, he's just looking. He goes, he's just staring. He looks over at me and go, "Funny story about that."
Funny story. Oh, but Chris Evans, yeah, he did that. He did that role well, but I think he's only allowed for a couple more movies, right?
Chris Evans is supposed to die
because I think he's only signed on for. He was signed on for 5. 5, yeah.
So he's
Tony Stark was only signed on for 5.
Well, he's been in Captain America. He's been in Winter Soldier. He's been in Civil War. He's been in Avengers 1 and Avengers 2. Okay, they extended the contract. Oh, now, rumor has it they're going to kill off Winter Soldier in the next one because originally Bucky signed on for 6 movies.
Really?
Yeah, he signed a 6-movie contract.
Oh, but he's going to be the new Captain America.
And Falcon signed on for 4 because that's what I thought was they were going to hand the thing off, but apparently that fell through. So rumor has it that they're going to kill Bucky in the new movie,
Avengers 2, yeah.
And then Chris Evans will stay on for Infinity Wars. He'll die in Infinity Wars 2, and Falcon will take over the mantle. Yep. But the problem they're having right now is the guy who plays Falcon doesn't want to play Cap.
Yeah.
He strictly said he wants to play Falcon. He goes, I want to be an all-black superhero. He goes, I don't need to take over someone else's mantle. Because the problem with that, too, is if you do it, someone has to come back and play Steve, because Steve technically comes back after Falcon. Yeah,
Steve Rogers, the character, comes back.
Like in the Ultimates right now, or it might have been last year, there was...
Because Captain America dies like 4 fucking times.
3. But... In the recent, I think it's the Ultimates universe, Falcon and Cap are both Captain America.
Yeah, which is weird.
Yeah. But it's nice that... So I'm going into the MCU with an open mind, knowing that it's not the comics.
Yeah.
Knowing that it's taking bits and pieces from the comics.
But they're going with kind of their own story there.
Yeah. And I really hope the guy who plays Hulk does his own movie.
Yeah, do it.
Because I feel like Ruffalo would do a really good job.
Yeah, he would. He's a good actor. I like him.
And then I heard that Tony signed a few more movies.
I think he's going to be in the second Avenger, and then he's going to be in...
I believe he's doing a 4th Iron Man.
Yeah.
And then Infinity Wars 1 and 2.
Yep.
And then anything after that's just going to be like cameos.
Yeah, yep.
But Tom Holland, they got so lucky with Tom Holland.
I love Tom Holland. Oh my god, that kid's perfect.
Is so good.
He is so good. He is Teenage Spider-Man. Like, he's perfect.
He's really shy. He's modest. He's super, super brilliant. And then he's really good at problem solving. And then he's super, super zany.
Super, weird. But
Andrew Garfield was really close, except he was too tall and he was too sarcastic.
Yeah.
And then you obviously have Tobey Maguire, which just...
R.I.P.
We're not going there.
In the arms of the angels.
Hi, I'm Sarah McLachlan. I'm gonna fuck up your day.
God damn it, Sarah.
Oh shit. I'm just so stoked about the superhero stuff that's down the road, man.
Yeah, dude. Fucking what are we in? Phase 3 now?
Yeah.
Phase 4 is gonna be wild. Dude, the dude who plays Black Panther's 41. He looks like he's 25.
They could not have picked a better guy to play T'Challa. I was
and Michael B. Jordan as Killmonger.
Because I wanted Michael B. Jordan to play him, and then I saw that first movie, and I was like, I'm apprehensive. What the fuck? And then you see him, that sequence where he's fighting Cap in the next to the cars and shit, and they're like, hands up, and you just see him take the mask off and drop it. You see his face. You're like, no, I get it.
Yep.
I get
He's
it.
Perfect.
This guy's fucking T'Challa.
They got Michael B. Jordan for Killmonger.
But now that we got Fantastic Four and X-Men back, we might be able to do something like the Ultimates, where
can I not fuck up Fantastic Four for once?
Doom kills Strange.
Yeah.
Doom convinces T'Challa to let him take all the vibranium and make a vibranium suit, and then kills the motherfucking Celestials.
Boom.
He recreates the universe, and then he ends up realizing that he fucks it up, and he gives it to Reed Richards to fix.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh my God, you can't do better than that. I need some fucking Franklin Richards, yo. That's what I need. I need some Franklin Richards.
Me.
Yo, he kills. He vaporizes Galactus, and then brings him back, and he's like, "Bitch, you're my herald. I'm only 8 years old. Fuck it." That's what I'm saying. Yo, that's such a dank storyline too, and I hope they just can do it right this time.
Yeah.
They don't even need to do a full solo Fantastic Four movie. They just need to incorporate them into other franchises for a little while until they get the popularity back up.
They did not fuck it up when they do it. They keep
put him in with Spider-Man, because with Spider-Man with Carnage.
Yep.
Put him in with
Well, they said like the whole Venom Carnage storyline is going to be separate from Spider-Man storyline.
Probably for a little while.
Maybe down the road though in time, but I know this movie is going to have nothing to do like.
No. It's a standalone.
I think they're going to have like a cameo in the very beginning, and then after that it's going to be its own.
Which is cool, because I've been waiting for a Venom movie since I was a child.
Where he gets sent away.
Look, I have a Venom action figure.
Yeah, he gets sent away to fucking San Fran. That one. Yeah.
I'm so happy.
Yep.
I love me some Venom. So
fucking
we've been burning the midnight oil.
Yes, we have.
It's a little after 10.
Oh, okay. Why do you look at that?
So what I like to do usually at the end is talk about really quickly what your future has in store for you, and then if anybody wanted to get a hold of you, shoot the shit, contact you about anything, how would people do that? So what's the future got in store for my big guy here?
We got rugby playoffs coming up in April.
Good luck.
Yep, we're going up. We were the number 3 overall seed in our whole division, so we're playing number 6 Buffalo. If we beat them, we got to go up to Connecticut. If we beat them, we go to the Nationals in Colorado.
Fingers crossed, bitch. You're going to do so good.
I know, right? And then let's see what else. Work is going to be hell for the next 6 weeks because it's so busy at this time of the year.
Be dealing with that shit. You just be plugging away.
Yep. Trying to cut down to like 230. Get down to around like 10-11% body fat.
So you got what? About 30-40 pounds?
Yeah.
It's not so bad.
If I get down to that and I'm at like 11% body fat, 230, I'm gonna be the most terrifying human being walking around.
Even at 15% body fat, you'll be fine.
Yeah, yep. And then what else? Not much other than that. Rugby, lifting, cutting, work. My life.
Nerding.
And
obviously giving me some of your time.
Yes. Playing Magic.
You're on the shit show.
I'm on the shit show. If you want to get in contact with me, I am Tim Kremers on Facebook. Kremers.
Josh Kramer on Facebook.
Josh. Fuck that.
Tim Kramer on Facebook.
Tim Kremers.
Ramers.
Plural. Kremers.
Is your last name really plural?
Yeah.
Are you that awesome? You're the plural of yourself?
I'm the plural of myself.
God damn, Kramies.
Yep. On
Kramer
Facebook.
Krames.
And Twitter. Not on Instagram.
Not on Instagram yet.
No.
I'll tell you.
Plans
I
to.
had to do it for this, and
No
it's
plans
working out pretty well so far.
No plans to go to Instagram.
Oh my God! I just realized I've always posted about. I've been posting. Oh jeez, I'm so sorry, guys.
Oh, we gotta take a pic.
I always post beforehand who I'm interviewing.
This beautiful bitch.
This fucking guy.
There we go.
I love it.
Got it.
I'll throw this bitch up on the clam.
Yep.
I love this.
Nice.
Well,
thank you all for listening. All 1.5 million of you.
All 1.5 of you.
All 1.5 of you. Yes.
But this is the Stories Here in Town, and we're with Tim Kramer, and I'm hoping he comes back on soon and talks to us again. And good luck in your rugby stuff. I'll have you on after you guys go through your round 1 and stuff like that. Okay. So
thank you.
Thanks for coming on, Big Sexy.
Oh yeah, we'll do.
Yeah, we'll do this.
There you go.
You big beast.
Your weird ass injured arm. Bye.